All right. Live for some more Vampyr. Before we get into any gameplay today, I saw that the VODs gained some traction and had a bunch of new followers. So a couple of orders of business to attend to. First and foremost, if you have followed the channel since the last stream, stop. That's very sweet of you. But it's also probably worth a quick rundown of exactly what I do here. So I have an inordinately large backlog that I am notoriously bad about playing and sticking with. I'll install a game, play it for 20 minutes, and then I'll just go play something that I've already played a million times. A great example is Sim Settlements 2 came out, a mod for Fallout 4. I thought about installing Fallout 4 today. I don't need to play Fallout 4 right now. What I need to play is Vampyr. So we've been playing Vampyr for a couple of nights on the stream. Originally I was going to kind of push it off into a side compartment so that we could get into a couple more rapid fire kind of littler games. I play any game that I bring onto the channel. I'll play it for at least 3 hours, even if it's a horrific game, just to kind of give it a fair shake. Vampyr though, I've been enjoying. So we're going to play through and finish Vampyr. But I think what we're going to do is just play it for every stream until we're done with it. Now that may change. I'm still kind of in the feeling out stage for a lot of this, so I don't know entirely what we're going to do. Chat is super lively, which is great to see. Again, if you've not joined us before, I am super pumped to have you here. I will get Vampyr fired up. Just a quick recap. So last time in Vampyr, we attended Jonathan's sister's funeral. If you remember, his sister Mary, we unfortunately made our first and thus far our only true vampire victim. I'm not counting the vampire hunters because, you know what, they knew what they were getting into. He's somewhat melancholy over the death of his sister and this sudden realization that he's going to have to essentially, you know, kind of give up all his ties to his previous life. So we're gonna dive back in. We have seen a similar fate befall Sean Hampton, who is the priest in the docks, the sad saint of the East End, as he is called. And we're hoping to be able to save him from a similar fate. He appears to have been turned into a skull. So let's see if we can't help Sean Hampton. Now we were kind of just having found him at the end of last stream. He doesn't seem to be super poorly impacted by his newfound condition. In fact, if we can go in and see him, is this the building? No, we just logged out in the middle of a thing. I thought we were able to go and see him. No? All right. Well, he was perfectly lucid and in fact said to give us a chance to prove that he wasn't going to go crazy. And that's right, Afterlife. We did also get a weird visitation from what we assume is our sire, and instead of it being a person in the flesh, it was like a kind of a ghostly visage made up of, I mean, it almost looked like blood. He was just like kind of a red specter with crazy horns. So they've apparently taken a little mercy on me and not filled this all up with I was just gonna say not filled up with prey and hunters, and apparently that is no longer true. Where are they? They're down below us. All right, but where's the actual... Looks like we gotta go down. So I'm just gonna maybe swing in on these guys. Yeah. Hi. So there has been another spike in difficulty. We've seen a much higher average enemy level for... Oh, and there's a guy behind us with a crucifix. So we may wind up having to go and do a level. But I would like to not sleep, if that makes sense. I'm trying to not go crazy with advancing the timeline when we don't really need it. Like that one, I should have just taken out the priest first. Level 10 also. Yeah, they're pushing 20. I saw one of them was level 19 maybe. All right, so it looks like this is just the spawn area in the dock. So I won't bother backtracking to talk to Sean here. I'm sure we'll get a chance to see him later.
Over there! There's one
Oh,
of the-
Jonathan, you whiffed on that one, bud. Give me this. You know, at some point, too, I should... Oh, that guy saw me from across the way? Jerk. I've, like, incredibly, foolishly, entirely ignored the serums that we can make, the, like, curatives. And that's something we should at least take a look at. In the beginning, I was really reluctant to spend any of our medicine, on that when we could be using it for cures, but at this point, it seems useful to have some as a backup. All right, so now I'm gonna focus on Priesty Boy here, if we can get him to lock on. Get out of here. The damage from the fire is super irritating.
Go on back to the shadows!
Stop it with that.
Murdering bastard!
Yes, I did indeed murder him. But you know, he never asked if I was actually here for a reason. He just assumed, so... Oh, they're fighting skulls down there, so that's fine. He can fend for himself. Fire do be like that. It has been proven to be one of Reid's less favorite parts of his turn into an Ekin. All right. So last time we were down in the sewers. Hey, got another follower. Thanks, Xnot, for dropping by. Hopefully, you will see us make some pretty big gains against the backlog today. Last time we were down here was when we accidentally stumbled upon the like werewolf kind of thing. So like we've kind of it's been established that really any of the supernatural stuff we've come across isn't kind of the conventional monster that we think of. They're just other forms of vampires. So even like the werewolf guy was actually just a vampire with kind of a more bestial nature. Uh-oh.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work. Then why am I looking at it? I really hope this doesn't turn into like a switchboard puzzle. Explore the sewers is my only indicator. Oh god, we got valves, we got dials.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
Okay. So, but I didn't see which way they controlled it. So I can get down to the lower level. Does this raise it up? No? Alright. Well, let's keep looking around, because we can at least go down this one spot. Get some free shillings. So I can still traverse, but it doesn't look like this is where it wants me to be. It looks like it wants me to be out there in kind of the larger area from the warehouse. We can do that too. But I can't limbo. That's the other thing Jonathan kind of has figured out, is that his previously world-class limbo skills disappeared when he was turned. So do I need to lower it further so I can get under? Ah, there's another wheel? No. Why would that make sense to have another valve? They haven't really hit us with too much in the way of puzzles in this game, so I guess it's just a little jarring to suddenly have one. I still don't understand what that is if it doesn't work. So this side is just complete dead end. Oh, no, I lied. We needed that bottle of alcohol. So let's see. We've turned both of these. Do they just switch what each other are doing? It does not appear to have changed anything down here. So we're doing the water so that I can progress further into this facility. This is where, oh, here we go. I missed that the whole time. This is where Sean Hampton had sent us to prove that he is still to be trusted. Oh, so wait a minute. Was I turning these on and off? Was that the issue at hand previous?
That gate should shut properly now.
All right, so I couldn't shut that one because I had stuff in the way. So now, if I'm actually paying attention, that's what it's doing. I was looking at the water levels. He said it changes the water level, and I suppose I've been preconditioned to assume that that means down in the actual pool itself. All right, so this one we can use our teleport to get into, and now that this one's closed because we've shut the sluice gate, now we can get up here. Yeah? No? Oh, I see. I'm still not understanding. Now those gates close. It just actually means when I close both of these, it's going to change the water level down below. The teleport was just an excuse to be able to get up there in the first place. No? Jonathan? Now you're just not making sense, bud. So why bother closing those at all? Now will that button work? Yeah, there we go. That's interesting. Normally, every time we do something environmentally, Jonathan has a habit of very obviously out loud, like telling you at least part of the next step. So I'm kind of surprised when I closed that second grate, he didn't say like, now I should check the machine. Oh, I hear a skull or something. Keeping a pretty, spoopy theme of anything in the sewers is automatically scary as hell. Which I can get behind. Poor dude. Someone's gonna have to keep these fire barrels contained. Man, they're even getting down here with the war recruitment. They have really plastered the city with those. Oh, sweet. We need some blood.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Apparently there is no way for Jonathan to accept the fact that he eats rats for blood.
Despicable. I have this.
I thought my cat just jumped from somewhere, but it was just Michelle's pillow from her chair fell to the ground. Alright, I'm gonna get up to full health because I can only assume we're gonna get an ambush here at some point. Was that the entire supply of our rats? No? Do they respawn? That would actually be lovely.
This is despicable.
No, those are just my empties. Just cast them aside. It's like the vampire equivalency of empties thrown outside of a truck on a tailgate. So I'm gonna be honest, you know, Sean had kind of said like, hey, go check this out, and you know, I promise you'll understand that I'm good to go. Thus far, not a ton we have seen on this sightseeing tour has yielded any kind of confidence. Oh, superhero landing. Organic recycling. Oh, what is it? Is this Solomon Grundy? This game's officially in the DC universe. Oh no, this is the guy that came and threatened us.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long.
Yeah, he said that we had to
purge
tread
the sewers
lightly
of
or
their
he'd come
filth.
for us.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity.
Cool.
So learn to respect
All
the
right.
laws of Ascalon.
So his name is Fergal, not Ascalon. So whatever we had anticipated about that being his name is obviously not true. He's also a real biggin. Okay. So far, so good. Get another stun and bite in here.
Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name.
Ooh, what is this nonsense? You just summoned shadow clones? You didn't really have the size and build that I anticipated a ninja archetype, so good on you. Way to keep them guessing. Ugh, that's garbage.
I shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, noob.
Man, this guy knows how to Victorian England threaten you. I didn't know I would be scared about my neck bones snapping like a hair, but I am. Ooh, he does hit hard.
My power you cannot comprehend.
I mean, I can comprehend it because I have a bat. Ooh, I dodged right into that one. All right. Get another heal off before I go in again. You know what? Let's hit him with the special. Oh, he got the hit off on the way in. That sucks. That might have just cost me. It did. Oh, how awful. I gotta remember that when we do our special, they always recover before I do. That's something that we've kind of run into trouble with in the past. He's gigantic. I come up to like mid-torso. All right. Give this another go. We did run out of a ton of blood, unfortunately, so that means we're gonna have to generate some here quick. And preferably without taking too much damage so that I'm not wasting it to heal. When we do sleep next, I think we're definitely going to have to invest some more money into more blood per feeding opportunity. Because I think it is really crucial for us to be able to, you know, in these boss fights, as you kind of continue to push their stamina meter, eventually it gets kind of tough to stagger them for a bite, so. And unlike our last fight with a boss where we were able to kind of use the ads to just keep regenerating blood, doesn't look like Fergal's going to give us that opportunity.
Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name.
Just go into Dance Dance Revolution mode. What? Okay, okay. Dodge the big chomper. That's big. Oof. Man, that one backhand I'm really struggling with. Oh, and then this is gonna get me jocked. Okay, okay. Wow, that's so irritating. I might have to resort to switching weapons. I know that our cudgel is far and away our most, like, yoked up weapon right now, but it's kind of slow for how this guy attacks. Oh, stop with this stomp after every attack nonsense. Oh my goodness. All right. So, can't be greedy going in. 1 or 2 shots really is all we're going to be able to get off on him with the cudgel. I have to save the blood for healing, and I can't be afraid to back way out. If we need to, we can always kind of backtrack and go hit the hideout and level up. But that first time we got him well under half, so wait for our spot here. See, like, he got me on the escape there, and I thought I was well into the dodge animation. This one's not going good. Number 1 trauma. The law of Ascalon is actually just blunt force trauma. which doesn't make a lot of sense in most of his policies because that's not really a variable that's involved, but he makes it work. Okay. So we can bait out the dodge, it looks like, if we get too far away. We don't need the shadow clones up for that. Oh, that backhand. So I do have a couple of serums that we've just picked up, so we'll put those to use just so that we at least got a fighting chance here. Probably should have. The wiser thing, I think, would have been to save them for one that didn't start as terribly as this one did, but you know what? I'm feeling good about it.
My power you cannot comprehend. Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name.
Oh. That stomp is so irritating. Oh my goodness. All right. We're gonna go one more try. If it doesn't go great, we'll have to back out. Kind of glad my wife isn't home right now because I'm in the bathroom getting ready to take a shower, and other than your voice, the only sounds echoing out of here are these men grunting very heavily. I mean, look, I'm pretty sure she'd be understanding.
Respect the laws of Ascalon. My power you cannot comprehend.
You know, I'm starting to believe him about this not comprehending the power thing. This guy definitely lifts. I mean, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I hope she'd give you the benefit of the doubt. All right. We can get a chomp in here. Oh my god, if I don't miss entirely. That was awful. So, if we're going to maybe have to backtrack anyway, I don't feel bad about using the serum because we're going to be able to just make another one. She would investigate, so at least you'd be exonerated once she investigated. I guess it would be worse if she would just like took it at face value and never asked for your side. Alright. We gotta circle him tight, because if I can double dodge out of the way, I don't think that follow-up backhand will get me. Oh, we can't miss the chance to feed, though. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she would just shrug it off. I don't know that that's one that you would have successfully hit for that long. Okay. We can get in a couple good shots after he does the charge. Oh, but we need to dodge when he does the Hulk out. Alright, shadow clones. And then he'll charge, right? Yeah. So his charge doesn't seem to lock onto me if I'm like quick to just shift off his course. He seems to just continue to run straight. So like, I definitely need to back out and just kind of dodge backwards on the shadow. Oh, until he stomps me. All right, all right.
My power you cannot comprehend.
We're getting a rhythm on him here. I have full health, so it might be worth using my special, even though we know we might take a shot from him. Just because we'll soak up some damage. Yeah, and then, oh, quick escape too. I love it. We didn't even get punished.
I shall tear thee apart and spill thy blood to the pissing wells.
God, the pissing wells? Hare's necks? This guy goes hard. Oh, now he's gonna do it and keep them coming? That's awful. Wait. You just went... Oh, what?
Return to your apothecary and needles.
You are super irritating. How many forms do you have, bro?
Foolish Ekon.
I'm the foolish Ekon? Oh, I am the very foolish Ekon. He's the one who lives in a sewer is all I'm saying. We're basically dead.
I shall crush you.
He's going back to his wall climb. I don't exactly know what he does when he's up there.
Is now mine.
Oh, God. I don't understand how I don't get that same advantage from like the crazy reach when I do a wide swing like that. That would be awfully nice. He's gonna charge. Oh, really? I don't know. I don't know about that one. We have been defeated. If we're not strong enough, remember that the blood of citizens is the fastest way to evolve. So thus far, we have not eaten anyone. Save our sister, unfortunately, because that's part of the intro to the game. Did it give me back a serum vial? Is that what I just saw? It did. How about those rats? Did they respawn behind us? If I can go in with a little bit of blood, I might give it one more shot. Gangster guy looks tasty. Yeah, it was Clayton Cox. You've been rooting for me to eat him since basically the minute we met him, which I don't know that I can disagree. He's kind of a jerk.
Thirst for blood.
I almost though like Clayton's interesting because at least he's really open about being a scumbag. There's a couple other dudes we've talked to that are scumbags, but like try and pretend they're not. They might wind up on the menu at some point or another.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
One of my favorite things is that Dr. Reid never stops throwing out those little one-liners about eating rats. Like, I unlocked the achievement for eating rats. So, like, I know the game has a trigger that's looking for how many we've eaten. Eventually, maybe it'd be nice if you slipped one in where he was like, you know what? It's not so bad.
You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon. I am Fergal Banch of the hand.
So ideally here, since we're gonna get a feed off early, we want to use some of the blood to hit him with a couple good attacks. Because if I'm gonna feed and get blood back anyway, we might as well get that damage out of it. Exactly. The counter just gets so extreme that he's like, God, even the 47th rat tastes as bad as the first. Okay. I really want to know how this dude keeps those pants looking so fly if this is where he hangs out. Maybe that's the power I can't believe. That's the power of Ascalon. This guy, like, created the spot stick. You know what we haven't done much of? Is hit him with this guy. Yay. Okay. I don't want to blow all my blood, though, in case we need it to... This is Mr. Dirty. You're right. It's the corrupted version of Mr. Clean.
Skulls was singing your name.
The housewives in his commercials do not look nearly as pleased. I can promise you that. All right. Get a little chompy chomp.
You dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon?
I do dare
Slow as a
challenge.
snail.
So if he's just gonna stand still, I can at least hit him with that. Oh, I think maybe that shadow clone just saved our life, which was awful sweet of him. I don't know. There's enough destitute people that we've met in this game so far that I can get someone to deliver a fruit basket to the sewers. I don't like the target lock is letting me kind of switch to the shadow clones, and that's very frustrating. Oh, I went in too soon and got the boot. Okay. Refocus. Eat your serum. So I can interrupt the boot. So I either got to wait for it and then jump in after, or I got to get in quick enough that he can't stomp. Oh, we need that feed. We need it. Immediately do a heal. You gonna summon clones? Oh, you're gonna start doing that thing where you jump into the air, aren't you? Whoa. Okay. I thought that was like he figured out that I figured out the stomp and was gonna go even harder.
And your blood is now mine.
Oh, it looks like in the hot second that the shadow clones pop up, we can actually kill them. That's interesting. Which is maybe yet another indication. What? He ran into the wall and he just spun around and snapped my neck. That's swell. Well, getting into last ditch effort town here.
Drown your death in me.
Ugh. That one, gonna really have to watch the tape because I'm pretty sure that was bullshit. I think I swung right through him. We could use the feed, we could use the feed. All right. It's not a hopeless situation. There's some potentiality here. He's gonna bring 4 this time. Yep. Let's hit him with that for some guaranteed damage. All right, he's gonna go run again. We have just enough for a heal. I don't know that we're gonna get the advantage of another feed, unfortunately.
Blood is
Now he's teleporting? Good God, man. We did it. All right. All right. Little did you know that the wall is actually a set of wrestling ropes. Yeah, he's in here. He's hitting your freaking classic 80s. All right. Achievement unlocked, defeat the beast. So this guy is apparently the sewer dog. I hadn't put it together when he was giving us the rundown earlier up on the street, but he's whoever it's been that's been taunting everyone in the docks. So we may have also just considerably saved some lives in the docks, which is nice. Can't break those crates. All right, man. Good luck in your shower too, I guess. Let's see what we're supposed to be doing here. So apparently Sean Hampton was like, hey, go check out the sewer dog because I'm not a bad guy.
Escaped Virgil's wrath.
Maybe he's trying to point out that it wasn't him that killed the old chatty Kathy at the hospital. Because if he can say like, look, I know you're suspicious that I killed her, but it wasn't me. I can kind of see that. Got a nice chunk of experience from that too. So definitely going to be able to get some goodies. This looks like it's actually the way forward. Yeah, I agree. I don't know that that necessarily already kind of absolves him of any speculation, but I mean, he didn't seem bad though, right? Like when we talked to him, he was pretty lucid. All right, maybe this just looped around. Maybe this is going to the same spot that we teleported to. Is that the case? No.
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Yeah, I think you're right, Afterlife. I think that's very much a trust but validate kind of a situation. I agree. I think that he has deserved kind of the benefit of the doubt to some degree. But I'm not just going to let him keep rampaging for no reason. You know, it's just another example of them having kind of the super detailed level design that just leads to weird dead ends. Oh, but it means I found this box. So, thanks. Those 4 shillings will come in handy.
No. Safe we are, still. Drink now.
What? So that skull isn't completely gone.
But it will quench your thirst.
Hello. The sewer skull's territory.
This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go.
Oh, hi, babe.
Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Are you the sewer dog? No, I think the sewer dog is the guy we just killed. Sean Hampton sent
Sean
me.
Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reid. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Interesting. So if I don't know if she's an Ekon or a Skull, but she definitely does not seem at all impressed that we're an Ekon.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club.
The
His
Ascalon
masters
Club.
would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
Oh, we have the Ascalon Club is one of the things. Yeah, the story of Ascalon. Do you think vampires hide in the dodgy areas in the hovels of London? No. They hide in the highest clubs and fancy houses of the West End. I know for a fact that some of them rule the empire in secret. They have a club. They have public figures. They have balls and fancy parties. They aim to control the country and our destinies. We must reveal them for what they are, greedy enemies of mankind, born into this world to bring us all into the eternal darkness of hell. You know them, but you don't dare to pronounce their names. I will, soon, and everybody in London will know the name of the Vampire Club. Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly. So this dude was right. The Ascalon Club is apparently like a powerful socialite vampire circle. What is
What the hell
Fergal?
was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scow.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
We've heard the term Volkod before too, because that's in some of the writings, the old writings we found from Edgar's order.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire Society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So is it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
So Sean was kind of aware of these guys already. Can he be trusted? Could he be a killer? I mean, I think I just want to outright ask if he could be a killer.
The Guard of Prewan is hunting him. He is suspected of murder.
The Scars have always been hunted by humans and vampires alike. I teach them how to survive against the odds.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive.
Oh.
That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No, Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you, she is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
So she didn't die. He smuggled her
She is
out.
filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
So did she go into our social pyramid? It doesn't look like it. That's interesting though. So that means like that's why Sean was so confident when we were like, "Hey, listen, dude, I get that you think you're all right, but like you killed someone," and he was like, "You know what? Why don't you go take a look at this?" It's because he knows that the person he has been accused of killing is in fact not dead. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I like this one just sitting here reading his book. He's all right. All right, so she's way over here. Oh, I can talk to you. Oh, all right, sorry. Didn't mean to upset you. If you didn't want me to talk to you, you might not have wanted to put a talk indicator on yourself. I know we're supposed to go and find Harriet, but I want to take a spin through here.
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
I mean, yeah. Old Bridget knows the score. You can trust me. I'm gonna take your stuff.
How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time.
So that's interesting, right? So if the kind of the thought we've got as a working theory here is that this is like a Skull refugee camp. That guy says he hasn't seen London in a long time. I was under the impression that most of what we're seeing, so it looks like she's in there, is like a new phenomenon in London, right? Because like obviously Jonathan doesn't know a ton because he was off in the war, but it's not like this has been an ongoing plague. It's just recently with the resurgence of the Spanish flu that they've started to see kind of this large uptick in people acting wild in the streets at night. So I wonder if it's just that it's accelerated. I wonder if kind of skulls have always been being introduced to the streets of London by the vampires and other kind of baddies that are around, but it's only prevalent now. I think we can leave this way. I don't want to go too far, but yeah, okay. So that's just a switch. So let's talk to Harriet. I would love to know how pissed off she is, because she was already angry when she was alive and in the hospital. So listen, I know you have important things to tell me, but first I want your sturdy blood sample. And I'll take this. Supremacy of Ekons. It is no coincidence that Ekons are the most eminent and most numerous of all vampires. Ekons are the true aristocracy of immortals, and, if I may add, they are the only ones able to stay at the top of the food chain. Everywhere I traveled, I only met Ekons assuming mortal lives or forming an immortal society. Ekons are the most human, most clever, and most educated of all vampires. Don't get me wrong here. I have nothing against more exotic species like the Vulcan, who share their gift of immortality with us. Most of them can prove useful. If properly canalized? I don't know that I'm familiar with that word. If properly canalized towards a clear goal. They lack the most important trait of all, the ability to mingle with mortals without being spotted. Therefore, the Ascalon Club should only accept Ekon of the highest lineage as members of its inner circle. Depending on circumstance, Vulcans could be accepted as war dogs or hunting hounds, as long as they obey our laws. Luckily enough, these lesser cousins have a natural tendency to submit and obey their masters. From The Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. So it sounds like Fergal was a war dog hunting hound brought into the mix at the Ascalon Club here in London for the simple fact that he would prove a useful enforcer. All right. We got all your stuff, Harriet. Tell me what's up, girl.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
Yo, she's
I've so
been
many
lifted.
questions
Look how
I need to
swole
ask
that
you,
arm
Harriet.
is.
If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
That sounds horrific.
Your room, the blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Oof.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me.
Ooh, quid pro
You
quo,
answer
Clarice.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, I don't think that we're necessarily the same thing, but I'm not gonna stand here in Skull Town and shit talk the skulls. That's pretty messed up. I think we're just gonna go with the old, you know, compassionate. Yeah, we're both undead.
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Harriet strikes me as the kind of person that if she did kill him, with how, like, graphic she's been describing the pain she's in and her transformation and her hatred, like, she would own up to it.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness, quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reid. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm
Yeah, I agree,
tired now.
Misha Fish. I don't think
Let
it's
me
our
rest.
sire. It does sound though like, so Lady Ashbury, when we described our encounter with our sire, she said that being able to like receive a vision from them was something that only an extremely powerful vampire could do. I think she called him a founder or something like that, or an elder, some word of that kind of design. And she said she was shocked to find that there's one in the streets of London, and I shouldn't repeat it. But there may be two.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
Why do you live here? Amongst the filth and vermin?
I mean, where else are they going to live? They're
Live.
falling apart.
Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt,
Yeah,
shame,
they're like the
from
vampy
hunters
champs.
and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
So firstly, that's very
True.
disrespectful to Skulls.
I'm not like most Skulls.
I'm not like most Skulls. I'm quirky.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
Yeah, look, I'm not looking to blow in a bunch of Skulls who aren't ready to eat the face off people stumbling through the streets of London. Just make sure you don't do that part, and we're cool.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are Skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Shornhampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Oh, so that's why they didn't enter any of my
Thank you,
social
old
circle
Bridget.
stuff, is that this was
I
just
hope we'll
used
meet
as a
again.
plot point. It's similar to how Harriet didn't get put into the Pembroke. Here's that thing again where it just creates random custom markers. I don't know what does that. All right, so now, as she said, we can use her shortcut, but this is not the direction that it wanted me to go, I don't think. Who are you? You're an actual dude, though. Hey, what up?
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon.
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
So Rodney, I understand you don't want to talk to me, but before I go, thank you for wearing your mask. I appreciate you. I think Rodney's the first character we've interacted with that was wearing his mask, so he's doing a better job than most. What is... Oh, we've got that marker. So it automatically tracked it. Yeah, I agree, MSUVV. He's practicing good quality social distancing by hiding in the sewers beneath London. It's a pretty solid way to make sure that you're not in the transmission zone. So she's gonna close off access to her hideout. Does that mean we're gonna lose the ability to see this dude? Are we able to get over there? Hang on, I want to go take a closer look. Save Rodney at all costs? Absolutely. That's why we're doubling back. I don't want Rodney to feel like his efforts have been in vain. The mask looked pretty good too. You're right, Juliefish.
It's locked.
That wasn't even just like, I mean, it's nicer than half the masks I see out and about right now. Rodney, where'd you get that? Did you get, is that like, did you make that? Is that an Etsy? Looks good, dude. So I can't go anywhere that way. Maybe when we loop around following these arrows to get to Hampton, maybe there'll be a little bit more sewer that we can explore. So there's an arrow. Your arrow pointed towards a weird intersection, friends. Up here. Oh man, look at y'all.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us?
No, I don't want to end you. What are you talking? Guys, you have a bar. You're hanging out. What's wrong with you? I would like you to move so I could get your shillings, though, if I'm being honest. No? All right. So maybe she just meant that she was going to seal up Harriet's room. Maybe Harriet has kind of finalized her usefulness in the narrative. I got more valve puzzles here. Did that just open this door? Yeah. All right. So Rodney's going to have to stay a question mark for a minute or two here. I think they're kind of intentionally telling me like, hey, you should really get back to Sean, which I appreciate because more than a couple of times we've gotten really sidetracked by having a bunch of new characters show up. Hello, a necklace. Is this just a torso? Good God. You know, it's weird because there's been a fairly healthy amount of dismemberment in this game, but seeing the, like, what's left over from the dismemberment was actually notably concerning.
It's locked, all right.
That's locked, which probably means there's like a legit person around. Oh, what do we got here? No, you're just catching ambient glow from that little shrine. How is the area's health? They're in pretty good shape. This is the docks that we're in, and we cured a lot of their stuff. Oh, it did that thing where it doesn't load the faces. They're in healthy right now. We do need to try and track down Enid and figure out what ailment Enid is suffering from and try and get that fixed up. Here's Rodney down here, by the way. He's lost. What does that mean? I just found him. He's not lost. Let's see if we can, there might be an interaction up here that will allow us to figure out why he's down there. Oh, snap. Hi, Sean.
Back, Dr. Reid. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Oh, dude, you're not helping your case. You're such a creepo.
Are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So,
Yeah, he
True to
seems
your
to have
word,
made the
you
transition
waited
pretty
for my
easily. You're
return.
right, Misha.
I told you, Dr. Reid, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
So Sean, you're a real creep, dude.
You make no distinction between the living and the Skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reid. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skull now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Man, Sean is just full of conviction.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So it sounds like we're maybe finally headed to the West End, because if they're name dropping these Dawsons, and the Ascalon Club obviously sounds pretty ritzy, maybe we're finally going to make our way over there.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will.
Whoa.
We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I mean, I would like to trust him. He sounds genuine. He just says it like a creep.
I will strive to emulate your merciful nature, Sean, but it's a difficult pledge to make.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament.
God, Sean, you're so creepy.
Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Oh. Wait, so we could turn him into a full-on vamp instead of a skull? I wonder if... So spare, embrace, and turn are our three options here. I wonder if that was our missing option with Dorothea. Spare him, turn him, embrace him. Well, so like... This is tough, right? I don't want to just outright kill him. because I do genuinely think he's trying to do right, and he seems like he's going to really make an effort to be kind of still this like bringer of salvation to the downtrodden of the docks. If we just spare him, we've spent the whole game fighting Skull that have lost their minds. Turning him would turn him into a full-on vampire, so he'd gain more power. But like we've been able to refrain from killing anyone. We've been existing on attacking those who attack us, but sparing the innocent as a vampire. And, you know, I'm inclined to believe that Sean Hampton might be a better person than Jonathan Reid is. I'm going to do it, if for nothing more than I think it's the more interesting option.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your Cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reid. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
Intense.
No. I said kneel and drink. Now.
Well, now I'm questioning whether or not I made a good choice, because Sean seems really upset by this. Oh, Sean, I hope I didn't screw you, buddy. Now that cost us experience too, which is interesting. We've achievement unlocked, sacrificial lamb. Mesmerized level has gone up. District will soon suffer the consequences of our action. That it said to us when we made our decision about Dorothea's clinic as well, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. But obviously is concerning. We've got the... Can't talk to Sean. He's like dazed from his new transformation. All right, so it sounds like what was that? What is going on?
Thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game.
That's the vampire hunter. Oh, and this is the mother and daughter, so we're gonna have to do like a little he said, she said here. Tell you what, I am gonna go refill my water really quick because we're gonna have a whole bunch of chatting to do with these guys, and especially this vampire hunter dude. Remember, we found the note from the Prywin saying that he was not to be trusted because he's a fraud, he's a flimflammer. So we might have to do some investigations here. So I'll be back less than 2 minutes. All right. So let's see what's going on.
I know
Is
this
it a brooch?
This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father.
Interesting. An old and elegant brooch belonging to Jonathan's mother. So she was just out and about in London because she was at Mary's funeral. So we know she was out on the streets tonight.
29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
So it sounds like that's our invitation to the West End. Let's see. Why did the menus do this? Dead man's wallet. A cheap leather wallet found on a corpse left in front of Sean Hampton's night shelter. The wallet contains official paper of repatriation and demobilization with the address of the victim, 29 Pretty Orchard Street. All right.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reid, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Really just you, dog, but first things first.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
I appreciate your concern, but I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
I would trust that to be true. All right, we have a clue I think we can maybe use about him. Yeah, you're a fraud. Let's see what's going on with the actual murder first.
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Interesting. How would you know if it was a vampire, you phony?
You've never faced, let alone killed a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
You are a lunatic, you have courage, stop fooling yourself. I mean, I don't want to be the guy to tell this dude to not chase his dreams.
You have courage, Mr. Throgmorton. Perhaps that is all one requires to face the demons.
Thank you, Dr. Reid. You'll see. One day I'll find and kill one of these monstrosities with my own two hands.
Ooh, hint failed. Uh-oh. So whatever we just did, perhaps boned that up. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yeah. I like the thought of him also, like, promising a vampire that one day he would find and kill a vampire. Like, clearly he's not super great at detecting them.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
So I had anticipated we were maybe going to, like, have a kind of a whodunit moment here, but maybe not.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reid.
Like, she's awful cheery for someone who's got a corpse at her feet.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No. I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman's scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Ah, so I wonder if this perhaps is one of the reasons the guy's hiding down in the sewers.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname
He's creepy
of
as
Sean
hell now.
Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter. and he's not always sad.
I mean, I've seen him very happy while eating part of a cadaver.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reid.
I appreciate you thinking, you know, you're looking out for me, Lottie. I appreciate you.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No, I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Shornhampton Shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
Yeah, remember Tom, the bartender over at the Turquoise Turtle, he told us that Sean has this unique kind of setup where everyone respects him so much that
Goodbye,
they
Miss
kind of
Paxton.
treat his stuff as neutral territory. He's the only person that even like the wet boot boys don't kind of push the issues there.
You again? What do you want?
I think we talked to her.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
Oh, she's the one who was a real pain in the ass when we first got here, so we didn't actually go through her whole dialogue.
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
God, Giselle, you're just so hateful.
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
God, she goes so hard.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh, you want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
All right. Hey, look, I appreciate that you were at least bringing me the real Giselle.
Do you need medical help, Miss Paxton?
No, thank you.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend...
Boo.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
I fight poverty. You are right. Don't you know who I am?
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right, okay. I need to get all worked up.
Oh God, you caved pretty quickly there, Giselle.
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask me.
And then I believe, yeah, this is
You
the last
speak
one.
of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
You know, I gotta give Giselle some credit. Like, I'm down with a lot of her policies, just not necessarily her tone.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
Interesting. So we could probably get some more information about that from Tom.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
All right, so what I assumed was going to be kind of a fun crime scene is actually just 3 weirdos hanging out near a corpse. So that lines up. What do we got here? We still are trying to figure out what's going on with him, the guy in the sewer. We got a bunch of investigations here in the docks, and none of them are complete. But I'd really like to maybe go level up. So I think we're going to stay main quest here. Although I do, come to think of it, let's see if we can use this to track Enid real quick. Because we want to be able to figure out what's up with Enid from the aspect of getting a curative agent. So I think you're the one person we haven't talked to here. Is that true?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having.
God, Jonathan, that's
None
rude.
taken,
Stop.
sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
That's fair.
Young man, do you require medical attention?
I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
So it looks like we can just give him the watch. I do not really want to do that. That seems super rude, and we don't really need the money. But I do want to chit-chat.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
Man, Jonathan's really judgmental about this guy's
Should I
business.
join the wet boot boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
Martin chose to be a lousy merchant instead of a gang member.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
Tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
Enid is sometimes confused her son Jack and... Oh, sometimes confuses her son Jack and Martin Nightingale.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack! Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm
So
no
this
beggar.
actually gives
Not
us
yet,
kind of
at
an
least.
interesting
There's
choice
no
with
shame
this
in asking
watch.
for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
Because we could take care of
Goodbye.
Enid here and give her the watch. But if she's truly gone kind of off the deep end, then, you know, like, what good is it going to do her? Where is Enid? But it sounds like we could just as easily give the watch to Martin and maybe kind of give him a jump start in his business. So I don't know, that makes it a little trickier. It seemed pretty cut and dry for a minute, but all right, let's see if I can figure out where the hell Enid is. I like that they didn't just like make everything like a big rectangle that you run around in. But it does kind of yield a little bit of difficulty in trying to find people. I wish that there was a way that I could just
Good
put
evening,
people
miss.
on my map.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid, May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
think you did. You're sick.
Your medication. Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
We're gonna vamp our way in here, I think.
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor. You are a doctor, yes?
All right. So now let's take a look around. So we might find some scribblings or something that might give us hints before we talk to Enid here. Or at least her valuables. Thank you. No notes or anything.
Locked.
That's her special NPC cupboard. Oh. All right, Enid. Let's chat, girl.
So, Dr. Tippets.
Oh,
What brings you
Dr.
back here?
Tippets.
I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reid. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Do you require medical attention, miss?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippets. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
So what is your condition? You've got a headache. Okay, we can make a fix for that. We've got the stuff for that.
I'll see you later. What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh no, I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippets.
Ugh. I'm not Tippets,
Is anyone
ma'am.
taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. Why, I would never say that to him, of course.
Man, so this is not going to be a super simple answer here. I mean, I'd like to give it to her.
Enid, have you really no idea what happened to your son? No idea at all.
I've not seen Jack for so long. I lose track of time. Has something bad happened to him?
Ooh. Man, this is so tough. I don't want to be the one to shatter this woman's reality. Yeah, Afterlife, she's definitely like completely kind of in the dementia phase. But like, I don't want to give her false hope. Oh, but it's not, I mean, what good is it going to do her if we tell her that he's dead? Like, that seems almost more cruel. Yeah, Jack takes good care of you. Don't worry.
Jack takes good care of you, Miss Gillingham.
He does indeed. My Jack is the best son a mother could ask for.
Man, that's rough.
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
So now what to do with the watch? I mean, it's not... Oh, no, look. We can give her the hollow
What brings you back
hope
here?
of not knowing he's dead,
haven't talked
but she
in
should
quite
have
some
his watch.
time.
I know that this would help Martin, but like, I'd feel terrible.
I found this watch. It was a gift from you to your boy, wasn't it? I think it should return to you now.
Oh, I remember. Yes, I recall the day I offered Jack this watch. Oh, it was such a beautiful day. Thank you, sir.
Trinkets and possessions help us remember our past. Promise me you'll not lose it.
I would never lose anything that belonged to Jack. Why don't you take this? Dr. Tippets? Please, for your charity.
Just remember that I'm Dr. Tippets from now on.
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
All right, let's go to the safe house. Oh, we did have a little note here. Unfinished letter. Rodney, I just heard what happened tonight. I ran to your house, but you were already gone, so now I am writing this note. Is it true you killed him? I can't believe it. What happened? I really need to talk to you now. Please find a way to contact me when you receive this message. Since I know you can be very cautious, and to prove to you that this is not a trap, let's use a code when we meet. I'll whistle my name, Jack, in Morse code, and you'll whistle yours, okay? This way, you'll know it's really me. For now, it's a good thing you are hiding. The Wet Boot Boys are all over the neighborhood claiming they will punish the man who murdered one of them. I'm sure we can make an arrangement to settle things once the heat dies down. Oh, so the dude who's hiding down in the sewers killed a Wet Boot Boy, and that murder is what actually got Jack killed. So Jack didn't start anything with the Wet Boot Boys. He just wound up taking the fall for Rodney. Man, that sucks. All right, so we want to go... Oh, we don't have a hideout here in the Western Docks, though. That's kind of irritating. Let's jump across and go to the Turquoise Turtle right quick. I do want to be able to do a save and advance for the night. But I don't want to do it without having cured Enid's headache. Hey! Thanks for the follow, Gaming with Balls. Good to see ya. Alright, so there's that spot. There's a spot somewhere where we can, like, jump across to the barge ship. Oh, what's going on here? You guys running like a fight club in here? Oh, what was I thinking? I have no health. I should have let him shoot you a bunch. Oh, God. What are you doing? Alright, he's like stuck in the wall weird. Oh, he got me. Alright, well that was my fault for going in there when we had no health and no blood to heal with. That was dumb. If this warps us all the way back into like the center point of the West Docks, I think we'll go down and see Rodney before we go get a cure for Enid. Yeah, this takes us over to the night shelter's vicinity. So if we go into the night shelter, we should be able to go right back down that passageway in Sean's office, which should, in theory, take us to Rodney directly.
Please, sir, come and have a gander.
Oh wait, no, I'm in the wrong spot. All right, well then never mind. This puts us back over towards where we were. If we hear a loud ruckus from the warehouse, I think we're going to just go ahead and take a pass on that. Who are you? A blinker skull. I don't know what that means. Sounds spooky. No thanks. Yeah, so we'll just let them rumble. They can deal with that themselves. And then this is the turquoise turtle right here, right? You... Oh, Archer. Alright. There's Dyson. Let's go upstairs. Is this our hideout in this district? No. For whatever reason, I thought that was our hideout. Okay. Don't really need to worry about refilling because we're never using a gun. So we need just a straight up headache medicine for her, right? Yeah, so let's make one of those. I'm also tempted to just make a couple of the basic curatives. We tend to run into those more often than anything else. And we're sitting on a ton of materials right now. Although I say that right as I exhaust the rest of my supply of opium. We can also make one each of the second level for breathing and heart medicines. Definitely the anemia medicine. Yeah, we got a pretty good amount of these too. All right, so we'll just carry some extras. We can make a couple more serums. Is that worth doing? Yeah, we have tons of mats. All right, so we'll carry those with us for now. And then I think the move is let's go cure Enid's headache. And then come back to the hideout again. Well, no, let's go down into the sewer before we come back to level up, because I'd like to talk to Rodney. Because if you remember, Rodney wouldn't even like tell us if he was healthy. So I'd like a chance to chat with him just to double check and make sure he's not like at risk of dying. Yep, I know you're in there and you're angry. I gotcha. All right, that's the blinker skull. I'm going the wrong way. We gotta go down this way. All right. So if we duck in, we can see Enid and give her headache pills. And then we just got to go back over to the night asylum, and that'll let us go down the back entryway to talk to Rodney.
Good evening, Miss Gillingham. May I come in?
Of course, of course.
She was pretty friendly with Dr. Tippett. Yeah, I agree. Having a couple of them on hand is a good idea, just so we're not running across town over and over.
We haven't talked in quite some time.
Do you require medical attention, miss?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippett. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
I'll try my
Well,
best.
here you go, girl.
Here, take this. And please, try to get some rest.
Thank you, Doctor.
Let the record
Thank
show
you
I
very
signed the
much.
prescription as Dr. Tippett's just to
Goodbye,
kind of
Miss
make sure she wasn't skeptical of it. All right, so she's good. So now let's go find the night shelter again and go down and talk to Rodney. This is still good. No, those are bad guys down there. Where the hell is the night asylum? You know, the problem is that there's not really landmarks. Like, everything's very one note throughout the districts. Oh, it's right here. Oh, anti-vampire poster. Danger is closer than you think. They are already here. Do not let them take the kingdom. See a vampire? Seek for help. Ichabod Throgmorton, expert vampire hunter. Yo, his production quality on this is pretty high considering some of the other propaganda posters we've seen. Ichabod, maybe not a great vampire hunter, but pretty good printer. All right. Sean's still like woozy over here. He didn't even move. So let's head back down. Yoink.
This is despicable.
Oh, Jonathan, get over yourself. So Rodney's down here. And we know he killed a man. It's so funny. There's so many hidden loading screens between the districts that sometimes when it goes to load an area, I'm genuinely like, wait, what? All right, so we need to go. He was down on the opposite end. Kind of just around the corner from Harriet's room. Rodney, how you doing, bud?
Rodney, you're the man who killed that gang member, are you not? Is that why you are hiding in this godforsaken place?
Yes, I did. I did not even know his name.
Then why did you kill him?
That arsehole always mocked me for the colour of my skin. Usually I let it go. But not that night. We fought. He died.
Can't stay here forever. You're no cold-blooded killer. I can't do a medical checkup. You're no killer. I mean, look. They got into a quarrel, things went sideways. If the guy he killed was a wet boot boy, he had done way worse.
Unfortunately, I have met several murderers during my lifetime. You don't look like them. I can tell you're no cold-blooded killer.
You're right, sir. At first, it was just a simple argument between us. But the man had a bad fall.
Believe me, Rodney, you won't survive here long. No matter what you did, you must go back to where you used to live.
I'll go back to the docks then. But if I die, remember that the blood of Rodney Grader will be on your hands.
All right. I think you're going to be fine, at least long enough for me to check your health, bud.
The docks then. But
yeah, we can't interact with him. So he wasn't labeled as being in distress, but he kind of functioned the same way that some of our distressed guys have. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Balls, where I'm sitting here and there's mask posters up all over London, but Rodney rocking him for sure. We need him up there. He needs to be a beacon of the community. He needs to be a trendsetter. He's gonna... Oh, wait. One of those dudes moved. Yeah. Nice. Shillings are mine. Peace, nerd. I hope Rodney doesn't freak out when he finds out Jack died. That'll suck. All right. We're supposed to go track down this dude's apartment, see if we can figure out what's what, but I think we're going to go and level up first. We're sitting on quite a bit of experience. Our encounter with Sean at the end of that boss fight, though, does bring up kind of an interesting conundrum that I didn't know was something we had to be worried about. When we got the option at the end... Oh, he's still dazed. When we got the option at the end to turn Sean, it cost us experience. Oh, sorry, I ran right through that crime scene. So there might be some merit in kind of sitting on some experience in reserve. Not the, 6,000 that we have in reserve right now, certainly. But maybe it costs what? It was 5,000 to turn Sean. Maybe we sit on 500, or no, not 5,000. It was 500. So maybe we'll sit on like 500 or 1,000 just to have something to play with. Yeah, exactly. All right, we might be able to do this now. All right, don't worry about the bloody leech, dude. Shoot it. Yeah. Keep shooting him. You're good. No, don't worry about me. Oh, God, he hit so hard. Never mind, I take it all back. I'm leaving. All right, I'm gonna go level up, and then I'll see you again. Why did what are you swinging at me for on your way out, dog? Oh, no, did this put me in a spot where I can't jump to the boat? Oh, God. I've made a grievous error. Okay, no, we're all right. So this takes us over to the north docks. And then I think we can just swing around. I dig that there's no real heavy, like, mini-map reliance in this game. But I will say that I am lost a shockingly large amount of the time while we play this. Oh, God. Why is everyone level 20 something all of a sudden? We're gonna die here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we went from 4 to 12 with the last one. So if we save the 1,000 XP in the bank, we're gonna cash in 5,000 experience. It might be because we advanced the story plot. That's a good point, Afterlife. We are definitely seeing a lot more high levels than we were. It might also be we haven't spent a lot of time in the North Docks. So it could have just been a case of being in an area that we hadn't really traversed earlier. Because the only time we were in the North Docks before just now was, I think, back in the tutorial when we were on the trail for William before we went over to the Pembroke. All right. So we'll leave them to fight it out. Hello again. Let's head up to the hideout. Take a little napper here. Get some levels. I'm gonna clear that errant marker on our compass as well. That thing drives me nuts. I don't know what part of navigating the menus it is that does this, but like I definitely have not been all the way up there to put those custom markers down. So do we have enough? We don't have enough. That's right, we used that opium. All right, so let's do a rest. So gain some levels here. What do we want? Well, it's a good question. We definitely want more blood when we bite, because we were just talking about that during the boss fight. So let's go ahead and put some points into that. And again, I think we might even come back and put more in there, but I'm not quite sure yet. Defensive, right? So coagulation is the one that locks someone up. We block the target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. Blood barrier is just going to absorb a hit, though. So I think this is the one I'm more interested in defense. We've had a couple of situations where it would have been really great just waiting for some cooldowns or whatnot if we could have just kind of hit the pause button. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the money on this. Level 2, that's 1,300. Not necessarily ready to do that first. Let's level up our heal. That I am willing to spend the money for, because that's going to up how much we heal. And then this is now the first opportunity we've had to put something into kind of a switch in the branch. So we can either make our heal cost less. No, I'm sorry, wait. Cost more. You trade the instant health gain for a greater regeneration, but that shows less healing. I don't understand. That doesn't seem like it does anything at all. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at 100 healing. So it drops it to 200 base healing and then gives us 100. So this will actually take it to 300, but it makes it cost more. The opposite side is the cost increases, but the cooldown lowers. So we can get that cooldown all the way down to 1.5 seconds. I mean, I feel like that's the more useful one. Like, yeah, the blood being a higher, I mean, actually, it's more than doubling the cost. That's actually pretty considerable. Let's sit on that one then maybe for a minute here. We've just spent the time to get it upgraded by one. Hard biting does more damage. Fast regeneration is more healing. I'm not going to worry about carrying more of that stuff because we haven't done anything with it anyway. Let's spend the 600 for more health again. I'm comfortable with that. 1,000 to get the stamina up again. Yeah, I'm okay with that too. So that leaves us with, if we're going to save that 1,000 in reserve, we got about 700. We could upgrade claws again. No, we can't. I forgot how expensive these are to upgrade after you've done them once. And then how much is it to get a new ultimate? 1,000. So I don't know how much I love the Rage ultimate. Like, it seems really cool, but we've kind of had more than one situation where using it has left us in a really precarious situation when we come out of the animation. So maybe Abyss. You create a shadow vortex at your target's feet. Coming to life, the shadows interrupt an enemy in the area and inflict tremendous damage. I mean, I don't hate it. I'm gonna sit on that too. I'm gonna spend I think maybe we're just gonna spend the 600 to get more blood in a bite. Yeah, leaves us with 1,100. I'm cool with that. So not a whole lot in the way of like new skills. Oh, right. We advance the night, so we get a story event. Portrait of a Sad Saint. If you've ever lived near the docks of East End, you must know who Sean Patrick Hampton is. And if not, You might have heard of him. His name is starting to spread through the entire capital, and the song it sings is one of hope. Sean is the humble founder of the Hampton Asylum, an establishment that he built with his own hands and convictions. The building, an abandoned warehouse gracefully donated by the Dawson family, then renovated and transformed into what is now the most famous asylum in London. The poor and hungry are welcome under his roof, and with them he shares his food, his care, and his prayers. Sean Hampton came from a background of misery, but the hardships of life didn't disfigure or maim his profound trust in the Lord. If anything, the faithful man gained an acute empathy in exchange for the torment of poverty. His love of others is renowned throughout the docks. Rare are those who didn't witness Sean cry at the sight of an infirm veteran, an orphan child, or a sick mother. That's how he gained his nickname, the Sad Saint of East End. Sean Hampton is so respected that people still stay in his shelter, even after the Sad Saint contracted a mysterious disease which forces him to rest a lot and take his meals away from his flock. While in some other parts of London, people step back as soon as someone coughs in public, men and women accepted to eat and sleep in the Hampton Asylum. It's the safest place in the East End docks. The building looks dirty, the stench around the place is awful for a delicate soul, but there is hope and love there, and the death toll has been low and stable for days. Perfect. So it sounds like we made a good call. It's a trap. I don't know. I mean, it could be. I think he could be playing the long con, but I think he's actually just a legit dude. And then, so we have, oh, they got to sanitize. Look at that. 100%. So we got new stuff from the merchants in the docks. Still at healthy, almost as sanitized here. Oh, we did. No, we got it. We're sanitized at the hospital as well. So we got some new stuff from the merchants there. We never found her husband. I don't know where the hell he is so that we can cure him. We wandered around for ages and we still don't know who this guy is. But remember, Whitechapel was in Sirius and the first night we slept, it barely got to stable. So now we've got a little bit more cushion there. So I'm cool with that. And then still West End, I have no idea. We have no idea what's going on over there. Awesome. Well then, so we've got to go find the man's flat. And then at some point, we should make sure to take some time to go talk to some vendors. So let me, whoop. Who's the vendor that's right here? Oh, it's the leader of the Wet Boot Boys.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reid. What do you want?
I would like to buy stuff.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
So we need good handle parts to upgrade our mall again. So none of this really is going to be anything super helpful. So that's fine. Kind of a bummer. I was hoping maybe that she got the upgrade and now was going to let us buy the good weapon parts. So if we swing around this way, I think we can get onto the main street and run up to the North Docks. Maybe that's like an open passage now. There's Seymour. He still wants us to find the necklace for his mother, I believe. We'll have to come back and do some investigation cleanups in the docks at some point. Yeah, this should let us kind of zig and zag a little here. Something screaming at me from behind, so that's great. This is a dead end because that goes into the house. This is where we saved that guy on the second night. Alright, alright, alright. How come you can teleport now? When did you get all swole? I think you may have been onto something about the world events upgrading the randoms afterlife, because he definitely could not do that the first time we came through here. Alright. Not here to fight you, I just want the stuff from your trash can. Okay, bye. Shopping time. We'll get a chance to see some of the other shops over in Pembroke here too, because I got to assume we'll wind up back at the hospital at some point here. Can I get through any of these spots? Is there a warp for me? It's weird, but I kind of feel like the docks, despite having such a notorious reputation based on everything that's been told us by the various characters in the game, the docks seems to be the most chill in the sense that, like, everyone in the docks is just always standing out right outside every time we come by. Like, they were terrified of the sewer dog, and clearly none of them actually cared. Alright, can I warp across here? Ooh. Why can't I get to that barge? That's bull. Alright. This is back at the Pembroke. Right? I get so lost. Almost. Okay, so we can run through here. And if we hang a left, we'll be on our way over to the docks. Oh, hi guys. Nah, no leeches. I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy talk. No thanks. I like how this one didn't turn around. People screaming and shouting behind him, and he's just like, no, I've got the watch of the north end. Alright, so I'm gonna assume up there is where we gotta go, because no one else would be able to get up there, but I can. Right? Oh, you want me to use a door? Really? I can't just teleport up there? I don't understand. What do you want from me then? This door, maybe? Alright, well, come now, game. You've told me that it's 20 meters. Do you want me elsewhere? Am I not in the right... Oh, because I'm not in the right spot. It's on the other side of the building. We fly? If only we could. They seem to be very, very choosy about when I'm actually able to use that ability. Oh, that didn't work out either. Uh-oh. I'll just run past some dudes again here.
This one's a top.
Ow! Leave me alone. They're all so rude about it. You know, and a couple of times they've shot at me. I've definitely not done anything vampire-y before they've done so. So, you know, I got to assume that more than a couple of times they've just absolutely laced someone who is not a vampire. Wait, we've taken that warp before. Oh, there it is. Yeah, they're all super rude about it. All right, so it looks like they actually did want me to go from the western docks. So unfortunately, I have literally wasted a ton of time and run all the way over here for nothing. But now that we have a sanitized Pembroke Hospital, we can take a quick look. Oh, there's new dialogue available with a couple of people here at the hospital. We'll come back for it, though. I do want to check in with our merchant real quick.
Good evening, Milton. Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yeah, smartass.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
So I'd love to buy Milton's shotgun, but I still don't think we'd actually use it. The new stuff available at merchants has not seemed to really bear too much in the way of fruit yet, which is kind of a bummer. All right, so let's take a look. What is the easiest way for me to get to this spot? I can either run all the way down and go back into the western docks and cross into the north docks. Or it looks like we can get there crisscrossing through Whitechapel. Oh, we've got our hideout right here. I think we can pop out on the other side of our hideout. The arm guy. So I don't know that we resolved that. I know that we finally convinced the two doctors to maybe like figure their shit out. So when we come back to the Pembroke to actually do questing stuff here, we'll probably have a chance to check in with the doctors. What we ultimately chose was the experimental surgery guy. We took his formula, and instead of actually crafting what he had designed, we made a placebo. But we gave his research over to the other doctor, the conservative doctor, so that we could be like, hey, he's got some ideas, but they're a little bonkers, so maybe check in with him, yeah? Come on, warp up. Can I not do it because I'm in combat? Alright, where'd you guys go? Because I'd like for you to leave so I can go to my house.
I have.
Oh, I didn't even see that rat. I was slamming on F to try and get up there. I don't understand. So, like, we can't warp up there. But I know we've come out that door and jumped down into this area. That's super irritating. Alright. Well, we can't get through the gates over there, so I guess we're just gonna have to run all the way back over to the West Bank. Or the West Docks. Oh well. I do think I'm not normally one of these people that's like against fast travel in games. I know that there's some people that really hate fast travel mechanics. I don't mind it. I can understand the concept of it being frustrating for a game dev because, like, if you're always warping, you're not actually seeing the world. I get that. But, like, I've had so much trouble navigating Dontnod's version of London. Being able to warp between my headquarters, my hideouts, would have been really nice. Take some time and get some blood back here, I think. Ugh. Shanked that dodge. Man, this guy. Alright, buddy. That's enough. Stop mucking about. At the end of the day, though, I think the issue is just that I've not taken the time and energy to really learn the layout. Like, some of these streets we've traversed a dozen times, and this is one of the reasons that I'm so bad at games like Dark Souls and stuff, because when you don't have those, like, really obvious kind of guideposts, I just wander around aimlessly like an idiot. The difference is, like, in a game like a Dark Souls, they do a really good job of having, like, super noticeable landmarks, right? Like a fallen wall or a big moat, a bridge. Everything's so samey here. All right, so we can go straight, cut over, and we'll be back over into the docks. I'm full on blood, so there's no real reason to fight these guys. Ooh, just barely missed on that one. Hi, bud. Nope. Did not find one. He's gone. Where'd he go? He's gone. So from here, I wonder if we can warp using this barge over here to our right. Damn it. Can I get through this gate? Not while I'm in combat. Yeah, it's not that they're not even distinct, right? Like, I do think that there is a very much like a kind of unique art design for each of the areas. I think the big problem is that the color palette is identical for each of the areas. Like, even though there's some new kind of like building types, and like obviously the docks very heavily features the docks and the waterfront, everything's that same kind of muddy brown. So there's no way for me to get my bearings and I just wind up wandering. I think a good way that they could have done it would be like more distinct signage on storefronts. That would have helped. Like if, you know, I know I'm in the docks because all of the signs are like rickety hand-painted garbage. But even then, like, you know, this shop's got a blue sign on it and this shop's got a red sign on it. I think that would have been enough. Take the shillings from your poker game, gentlemen. All right. It's also not that big, right? Like, I just was lamenting that we were going to have to run across the city, and we're here. Like, it doesn't take that much effort. It's just kind of learning which alleyways I can take.
What's in there for me?
All right. What is in here for us?
There's been a fight here.
Yeah, there has. Fight was so bad they knocked a spring loose in that cabinet. That's a pretty nice clock. More codeine. We really want some opium because we don't have enough for a second level headache cure until we get some more opium. All right. Jeez, that's a big bureau. Some shillings. If they just want me to go step onto... Oh my god. So they literally wanted me to go through this house and notice there's a fight, and now we're going out the back balcony into the area we were in when I had gotten lost. So because I tried to come at it from the opposite side, we didn't trigger whatever was advancing the quest stage. Ugh, that's irritating. Follow the blood trail. I wonder if I had done vamp vision while we were over there, it would have just zapped us forward. This also means we're gonna have to fight these guys that we died to over here.
Stay away, sir.
No, I won't stay away, sir. How about instead I hit you a bunch with my stick? Stop it with the fire. I'll just stand here and heal up. Oh, you're coming? Hi, bud. Oh, you got me anyway. Embarrassing. Got him. All right, so they're chatting over there, so something's coming up around the bend. So it would appear to be the guy up there with the cross.
Occasionally, you make a good point.
Hi, guys.
Remember your vows, friends.
Oh, that's garbage. He swings that thing like a freaking ton of bricks. Stop, don't you do it. Oh, you son of a bitch. I barely got that heal off. All right. We need a snack. Oh, I killed him instead of snacking on him. Worst. Worst. That feeling when you kill your dinner instead of eating it. Oh well. I can see why they added the story difficulty to this, because like the combat's not hard. I'm just kind of bad at it. But I do think that it's a little one note. At least they put us back in his... Oh, we missed a... Year 1918 calendar. 1918. For our country, for our... Alright. It is kind of a bummer. I wish more oftentimes when they respawned me, they respawned me kind of with like a quick shot supply of blood that I could get on. because not having a blood source as soon as you kind of start up again is always a little irritating. Man alive. Stop it. They give you enough for like the one heal, which, like, don't get me wrong, that's nice. All right, you and me, bud. I want your blood. So let's heal up, get full. We want to take this dude out first.
Watch out, boy.
Yeah, they do have an awful lot of like you're gonna get hellfire rained on you from afar while also having to figure out how to kill the guy who's in front of you. It's a little bit like there's always in Souls-like games, there's normally a section or two like that where you've got like an archer on an overpass at the end of a long tunnel. Oh god. They're corralling me down into the water. The echo in the voices. I do think that the Priowan guards are like, their combat barks are super generic, and that is definitely kind of frustrating. I like it when they try and stop me on the street and patrol though. Those I think are fun. Okay. There we go. Did you drop anything? No? Trench coat is A+. Like the stitching and the reinforced shoulders and elbows, wonderful. Less so down here at the bottom where it seems to have been completely engulfed by my ass. I have a terrible trench coat wedgie at the moment, it would seem. That's interesting. It's like wrapped around my leg. All right, so we got some blood. Oh, I didn't even notice there was a person strung up on this tree.
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire.
I mean, the rose in her teeth is also kind of a dead vampire giveaway.
This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family.
Mary's flower. A muddy and stale flower, probably the one thrown on Mary's coffin when buried. So remember, Harriet was telling us that she heard a voice and that they don't like us. So this sounds like someone definitely is kind of taking out some vengeance on us specifically.
Only a golden watch in her pockets.
We'll take the watch in a second here. I want to inspect the corpse first.
Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
Yeah, the trench coat is interesting because you're right. Visually, they've had such a great tone on everything. Like, even look at the stitching and like the label in the back of the trench coat. So for it to get engulfed inside us is pretty crazy.
A golden watch in her pockets.
So let's take the watch. Another clue here. A nice golden watch found in the pocket of a woman killed by an unidentified vampire.
I see you.
Hello, friend.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
Oh, look at that, Jonathan. Getting pogged up here. Sometimes we teleport across like a gap in a roof that he could easily just jump, and I'm always kind of amused. Cause like you could just step down, Jonathan. Oh, I saw that. Get over here. I want your rusty box of pills. With how often we just go through people's private property to steal their pills, Jonathan Reid gives off big Dr. House MD vibes. If you have the power, use them. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I'm worried that I'm worried that his standard musculature is going to atrophy. You'd think as a doctor, you'd be a little bit more concerned about that. Where is she?
Very fast, but I'll catch you.
I mean, I probably won't because I'm dawdling to steal more pills. Here's another body. Are we back at the cemetery?
All been butchered.
Are these all the pre-one that were at the cemetery? Is that where we are? What the hell? Oh, if we get back to the grave and they've dug Mary up, I'm gonna be so mad. Come on, y'all. If you got beef with me, that's fine. But like, don't go taking it out on my dead freaking sister. You got any pills? No? Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do I get up there? Where is the freaking up? I gotta go all the way through. I'm coming. I'm a-coming. Who designed this cemetery? I'm coming, you son of a bitch. You leave Joseph Larrabee alone. Confront the mysterious vampire.
Christ! Someone help! You! What have you done?
What have I done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul.
Oh God,
Returned
Mary.
From the dead, like your Christ, Vicar.
No.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reid.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were, in front of me, on a dark pier.
Ooh.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Oh, Lord.
Mary. I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reid? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reid, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for
Mary,
me.
wait. I have
Don't
made
do
friends
this.
with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Mary went crazy.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go
The
home
mad
and rest in
maddest,
peace.
Sky. You are 100% right.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget.
Hi,
Puppets
thanks for
our
coming by.
pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
So that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was
She
beginning
gave
to
us the
wonder.
Nancy Pelosi
I've been
clap.
hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Ooh, Mary.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good.
Yo. Mary. No, come on. We can talk. You ain't gotta. Oh, I could feed on the vicar while we're fighting her? Oh, that seems like something we don't need to do. All right, Mary. You're pretty good at this vampire stuff. I don't know who taught you. Oh, she's just puking blood? What? Oh, God. You're a monster. When did you... While I was off in the war, she was studying the crucifix. Ugh, I gotta stop trying to get that third swing off on bosses.
Me, brother.
I did kill you, and I've said I'm sorry like 6 times. Now can you stop? You're ruining Thanksgiving. All right, she's gonna puke up a field of pustulent growths. Oh no, don't miss your chance to bite. Come on, come on, come on. We need this blood badly. I did make her this way. You're right. I'm reaping what I sowed. I'm sure if I could go back to the burn pit, I would have much rather killed someone else. So when she does that thing where she vomits blood, we do get a pretty wide window to do some attacking. But I can't lose all my stamina, so we can't dodge out. Yeah. Come on, it was just a prank.
Give me your blood,
Jonathan, no! Get out of here. Leave him alone.
Their final thoughts are just to die for.
Oh my god, she killed him. What a jerk.
Rest in peace, monster.
I have done like no damage to her.
In this grave.
And we just leveled too. Oh, stop it, Mary. Good lord. Maybe Lady Ashbury's gonna show up and give us a save here. I would like that. No. No. Ooh. Well, that's not great. Is this them finally telling me like, hey, you should be eating people? We are like level 15 and most of the NPCs we've been running into are like level 20 now. So there's that to consider. Man, I feel like I did not even get close there though. I haven't, Sky. I'm trying. I know that there's like a difference in the endings depending on how many people you eat. So we haven't eaten anyone. We might resolve or resort to doing so, but I'd like to avoid it as long as I can.
Abomination.
A gentleman? Well, I don't know if it's gentlemanly as much as it is just Dr. Reid feeling unbelievably guilty for all the terror he's already wrought on the streets of London. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably kind of a gentlemanly trait to begin with. I know, Afterlife, you want me to eat Claycox so bad. And maybe. I will say that he's on the top of the list. If we decide we're gonna break that seal and start eating folks, Clay is up there. All right, Mary, why don't you come over here? I don't like when we have to play in your blood field. In and out, in and out, one-on-one. Gonna treat this like it's a Souls game. Oh, she's got. Yeah, we do way more damage. Good call, Sky. I totally forgot about the resistances. We're doing way less damage where there's our standard attacks.
Come to me, Jonathan.
Nope. One and out, one and out. Oh.
You spared the precious nurse Crane. What have you done?
Oh no. Well, it was good advice even if you didn't intend it to be. Because I'm pretty sure, unless I'm reading the resistances wrong, maybe I have it backwards and she's actually super resistant to blood. Can we stop her from doing this? I don't know why we're not getting any stun procs on her here. That's irritating because I can't do anything else. Oh, it's because we can't get extra stuns off on her when she's in like locked animations is what it is. So we can get one there because they don't want me to just be able to like snap through her bar while we're in the middle of a fight. So we're gonna have to unfortunately use a bunch of our blood we just got to heal. Let's see how much damage we do with our ultimate. I mean, not a ton. Maybe this is one of those fights where, like, after we hit a certain threshold, we get a chance to do a bunch of damage to her, like environmentally or something. Oof. Yeah, that priest didn't do anything to her. Can I get another heal, please? Thank you. Ugh.
You've come to me, Jonathan.
Get out of here, Mary. We've spent so much of our time just like well, you're right. He did bury her. I guess that's true. Maybe she's holding a grudge for that. He couldn't have known that she was a vampire though. It might be that whoever you saw played it before ate him themselves. Like there is an indicator that you can give them a chomp mid-fight. It looks like we turned her is what she's saying. She keeps saying that she hears our voice in her head, which would indicate that like we're her maker, but it would also indicate that we're strong. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel strong right now. We almost have our ultimate again. Oh no! We didn't get a chance to feed because I finished the combo. That could be disaster. All right, let's see. No, we're not. We're not invulnerable when we do our ultimate. I agree, Afterlife. I'm pretty sure Lady Ashbury said that we wouldn't be able to do it accidentally, because that was one of the questions we had for when we found out we were in Ika, and was like, hey, I don't want to accidentally bring this curse on people. What do I do to avoid it? And she was basically like, LOL, you're not that cool anyway, so don't worry about it. All right, got her down under half that time. I don't want to eat the priest, but I'm so low on blood at the start of the fight when we have to respawn. All right.
Kinslayer.
What is that nonsense? Get out of here with that. She had like ESP level dodges on. Alright, she's gonna do her blood vomit. You're right, it might be worth trying something different weapon wise. It might be worth trying to be able to get stuns off on her from a distance. We can explore that. I don't have any other upgraded weapons though, which is kind of a bummer. So we'd be going to an unupgraded weapon. Oof. This one is not going great.
In this grave.
Mary, just would you be stunned, please, just once? Her range with the crucifix is so intense too. Ooh. That was bullshit. Just straight up. All right. Absolutely not going to give up the opportunity to get some blood there. We can't miss it like we did last time. Let's get some more heals in before we re-engage. It's a real bummer because then I lose the ability to try and hit her. We got her with some good damage there. But now my blood pool is up again because I had to spend so much of it healing. These things she oh god, I forgot that it leaves like an AoE.
Precious Nurse Crane, but not your own Mary.
Oh, I forgot. We should totally be using my like dart in more often.
Give me your blood.
Nope, nope, you stay off him. Really? She went back up to full.
Final thoughts are just to die for.
You're the worst, Mary. How about one of these? Give me one of these. You're gonna kill me here anyway, but it makes me feel better. There's also parry, which I should be doing more of. Maybe that's the answer. I've like not used that at all since the werewolf fight. We'll give it a shot with a parry. And if that doesn't work, we'll have to go and switch off to try another weapon or something. No, stop. I'm not going to eat the priest. She does kill him anyway, but she does it, not me. That is a good part of how we got the werewolf. You're right. We wound up getting some parry timings. So we might be able to get... if we get any success here with the parry, we'll have to lean into that strategy. Because a couple of her crucifix attacks are pretty well telegraphed. Let's see. Nope, that's not how you do it. No? I thought it was right click. Yeah, look at that. All right. Getting real Bloodborne energy off this fight all of a sudden. All right. I'm not gonna do it in your little blood flowers though. Good call with the parry. Who said that? Misha Fish? Thank you. All right. All right.
What have you done?
I have remembered that parrying is an option. She'd be so much more of a like an agreeable fight if I didn't have to deal with the stupid like blood puddles. They are supremely irritating. No.
Come to me, Jonathan. You've spared the precious Nurse Crane, but not your own Mary.
I mean, look, I did not intentionally hurt you. I don't know how long we're gonna have this conversation for,
Kiss
Mary.
me again, sweet brother. Give me your
Blood priest.
Yo, getting her voice to slow down while she was eating the priest was wicked creepy.
abominate.
All right, so it looks like that's just designed so that she automatically gets the heal up if we don't eat the priest, which is fine. Like, if that just means that her life bar is kind of longer, I'm okay with that.
Come to me, Jonathan.
She doesn't have a priest to do this time.
Assassin.
What up? Get your blood flowers out of here. God, that one got me. Heal. Oh, I missed with it. All right, Mary.
You left me to rot in this
I did,
way.
and you deserved it. Look at what you're doing now. You're being a complete weirdo. I'm gonna tell Mom. Oh, that's bananas. Get out of here. Ah, garbage. Complete garbage. All right, I think the parry did a really good job of getting us back in the driver's seat, though. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go use the bathroom really fast, and I think we can get her here. I don't think we're gonna have to switch weapons or anything. I think that the parry is gonna be enough. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We've got a new parry-based strategy. Jonathan is singularly focused in ending the terror his sister has brought upon this city. I like how our goal is just stop Mary.
Kinslayer.
All right. Thank you for the encouraging words. You just want the parry thing to be true so that your tip works. Got her. All right. Good little snack roll.
You left me to rot. Come to me, Jonathan.
Why don't you come to me and we'll fight some? That's what you want, right? You want to do a fight? I'm glad we upgraded stamina again, for sure.
You've killed me, brother.
Get a heal in. When she does this, we get a good opportunity to hit her with our like snare spell, which is pretty nice. I should also make sure we're using, although this is gonna get me hurt by the flowers here, unfortunately. Oh, we got out. I know, right? Like, Mary, it was just a goof. I didn't think you'd think it was a big deal. We need blood.
You've spared the precious Nurse Crane, but not your own Mary. What have you done?
What I've done is had a hard time killing you.
Blood priest. Abomination. Their final thoughts are just to die for.
So we've got the good angels and the bad angels all divvying up how we should treat that poor priest. I don't want to kill him. I will be honest though, I also don't want to be stuck on Mary for the entirety of my life. We may at some point here go nudge down the difficulty and try and fight her on a lower difficulty. Just because as much fun as I love getting housed in a Dark Souls style blender of having my insides turned to outsides on the regular, I would actually just like to continue the story more than anything. We do have some serums. I'll pop one of those here.
Abomination. What have you done?
Oh, that's a good point, Julie. What if we killed her? We've kind of established that our master's watching us from the shadows. What if we killed her and then he swooped in to like turn her? I like that theory. I also feel like Jonathan would rest a lot easier if he knew he isn't the one that made his sister a vampire.
Rest in peace, monster.
I love how she's like, look, I get it. I am a monster. You're right, and I'm not really looking to try and dispute it, but like, I've not been killing people, Mary. You are killing people. Like, surely you can understand that one of us is more monstrous. We've got our ultimate up again. We can try and sneak one of those in here. Took damage that I did not want to. Let's get healing. Right, hit her with the ultimate. Try and get some damage in. Right. Like, look, I get it. We definitely killed her. Like, that's still gonna weigh on us forever. But if we didn't turn her into a vampire, at least we didn't do that. Mary really hung up on me kissing you, and it's getting kind of weird. God, so many freaking flower things. We need blood. I need to get another stun off on her here. What? I don't know what that one just happened. She like teleported. I don't know about that. I mean, I guess we do both teleport though.
Rest in peace, monster.
And maybe she's talking to herself. Maybe this is her saying like, please kill me. Rest in peace, monster. All right, big heals. Big heals. Okay, don't get complacent. Don't get cocky. Stay the course. You've got a plan.
What have you done?
I've lost to you several times, is what I've done, primarily. Okay, gotta get out of these. Might be time to use the tonic here. Yes, alright. She hit us with that one, but it still got the stun in. Get some heals in. Hit it with one of those.
Come to me, Jonathan.
No, I don't want them.
I'll make you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton.
I don't like how much she knows about what we've been up to. That's super creeps. Oh, we do warp back to where we were when we use our ultimate. So I guess if I just back off and use it, we won't have the issue we've been having where we get, like, juiced by the boss. Oh, shit. I switched weapons somehow and it's gonna get me killed. Oh, that's the worst. Okay, we got our good weapon back. I had to use my serum to do it, though. Alright. Give me one of those. Nope, not one of those. Not one of those either. Stop it. Stop it, Mary.
Rest in peace, monster.
Yeah, there is. It's X and C swap between my weapon sets, but I've never used it because as soon as we found the cudgel, I've just been using nothing but it. All right, get another one of these. Ugh. No, no, Mary. No.
Kiss me again, sweet brother.
Oh, we're so close. Please. Please. No, 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 no. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. All right, we're very close, but we do need to get a stun off. No! Oh, it's the worst. Soul crushing. Absolutely soul crushing. I'm gonna give it one more try on this difficulty. If we don't get it, I mean, I'd like to beat it without having to switch down difficulties, but it's not as important to me as continuing on with the story. The combat is the least interesting part of this, in my opinion. Says the guy who's getting his ass handed to him by his undead sister, so of course he doesn't think that the combat is fun. Thank you, Gaming with Balls. I thought it was there. I think the weapon swap snafu in the middle is really kind of what did that one in. I think it was going pretty good without it. Get some blood here. We were so close. And Mary knew it too. Like, she stopped quipping. Did you hear that? She was like, oh, you know what, Jonathan, you're right. I take it back.
You rest in peace, monster.
She's got like this, I wish I could have taken advantage of the bite there, but she was right in the middle of a blood pool. She's got like a weird buff. Oh, you know what? Didn't I put a point into barrier? Is that working automatically?
Kinslayer.
How come sometimes she like just shrugs off and sometimes I can actually kind of get that off?
Kiss.
Come now, Mary. Surely we needn't fight like this. Oh, you did it again. Oh, wait, I'm invincible during a bite. Sweet.
Abomination.
That's right. So we can use a bite to kind of just escape the damage from the blood. We got this. I'm digging the optimism, guys. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna let Mary or the backlog beat us here. Get one of these. And get a heal off.
You've spared the precious nurse Crane. But
Did she say Kitten Slayer? No, she said Kin Slayer. If Jonathan was a Kitten Slayer, we would have already uninstalled the game. I am not gonna seek out the redemption of a Kitten Slayer.
What have you done?
Not killed a kitten, so I don't know why you're so mad, Mary. Let's back out a ways and hit her with the ultimate so that we can jump back here. And then I think it won't matter because she's gonna heal up. Oh, and then we still ate the blood cloud. No.
Final thoughts are just to die for.
I'm getting awful close to deciding that priest is lunch. Get out of there. Hit her with one of those and get out.
Rest in peace, monster.
Oh god, I can't recharge my stamina. Nope, nope, nope. It's not good over here. You're right. We won't kill the priests. He would understand though. He gets how irritating this is. He's like, yeah, dude, she's a bitch. I'm so spoiled by, I don't know if any of you guys have played Hades, the roguelike game from Supergiant Games, but they have a cool feature in it where like roguelikes are notoriously kind of difficult, but in theirs, if you're struggling and you're dying over and over again, they give you like a progressive bonus so that you can still progress it. Oh, dude, stealth, it is stellar. You and I have talked in the past about how much admiration I have for Supergiant Games. I have zero problem saying that this is the best game they've ever made. I think it is better than Bastion. Yeah, dude, it's a drop other things to start playing it kind of a game.
Kiss me again, sweet brother.
Ooh, Code Vein's fun. I don't know that I can in good faith say anyone should stop playing Code Vein until they can finally save all their emo waifus. I don't condone. Yo, the cathedral's legit though. Don't act like that's a mark on your record. Like the cathedral gets crazy. It does have really bad spikes. I agree. The monotony in it is a little irritating because they don't give you enough like carrot on a stick of zone changes or new enemies. It's a lot of long stretches of the same architecture and the same foes. Like Dark Souls and the other Soulsborne games, they do a really good job of like, you'll have the same area for a long time, but if they know they're going to do that, they hit you with a really cool mix of enemies. Or if they know that you're going to be fighting a very similarly themed enemy for a long time, at least it like dramatically changes your arena's styles. Like it might be similar architecture, but it's in a closed room, then it's in an open field, then it's, you know, whatever else. But I mean, it's not really fair of me to sit here and say that someone doesn't design combat encounters as good as Miyazaki so that like I should hold them accountable. That seems not fair.
Rest in peace, monster.
So it looks like our ultimate does really piss damage if we do it from too far out. So I don't know how well. Oh no, no! I don't know how well a strategy that is to back out like we've been doing. No, I do agree that Mary is sounding a little worse for wear at present. take one of those,
Kiss
Mary.
me again, sweet.
Mary, I've told you 1,000 times I'm not gonna kiss you.
I'll make you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton.
I mean, look, I feel like what I did for Sean was the right thing. You're really taking me to task for that, and I don't appreciate it.
Rest in
I can't
peace,
stick
monster.
around there. Keep it flowing, keep it flowing. Don't get stuck in her blood flowers. Wait for her to come to you, but not that close to you. Not that close to you. No, no. No, Mary. We talked about this, Mary. Oh, it's gonna blow up right as I'm done. Oh, no, no, no. No. She's just relentless. Like, Mary, give me a second to stab myself with my own blood.
Kiss me again, sweet brother.
No. Don't blow up yet. Okay. Back out, back out. I've got to be doing something wrong because I cannot imagine they wanted this fight to take 15 minutes. What? Mary, that's horseshit and you know it is. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're right. The not eating people is what I'm doing wrong, and I can cop to that. Six levels below her in a number, but not in spirit. No! All right. Look, I get it. A greater man than I would perhaps keep grinding against this. However, the whole point of battling the backlog is to play these games, not obsess over them. I'm not looking to 100% these. I'm not trophy chasing. So if it means we got to put... Oh, we can't change the difficulty. Yo. They knew I would do it. We could go grind elsewhere and come back. We could go maybe level up a weapon. Let's look real quick actually at my other weapon. So first of all, actives. What do I use in here? I haven't used claws in quite a while. At least not for this fight. Let's get blood barrier into the mix on 4. That seems like something we should really be using in this fight. Heal's gonna stay on 1. You're looking in the audio menu. I mean, I looked in every menu, unfortunately. All of the menus were equally taunting. Eat some gangsters. That is a thought. Maybe they hid them in here. Oh, you're saying, yeah, no, look, I was about to click into the credits. I almost opened the Steam overlay to see if somehow they worked a deal with Gaben. Let's see. So in our other set, we've got the standard machete. What else could we throw in here? The machete is upgraded though. The hacksaw. What is a quick weapon? Is the hacksaw is as quick as the machete. But the machete takes less stam. So yeah, I think we're just gonna leave. Reload time is shorter. Stun. We might back out at times and maybe try a little bit of a range strategy here. Not that I'm giving up entirely on our parry strats, but there are times when we're backing out because of the blood clouds that I could be putting slugs into her. So we're gonna stick with cudgel fighting up close. And then when we back out, we'll try and put a couple shots from the pistol we found in her. Ugh, but we can't just give her free damage. Come on, Jonathan. So when we get close and try and double parry on her, that doesn't seem to incur any damage when she does that thing to like just kind of push us off. There it is. Yeah, okay. I don't hate that. But let's not use it all now because we know she's gonna heal when she kills the priest. We're doing one of those.
You left me to rot in this
I
grave.
did not leave you to rot in this grave. I left you to rot in the middle of the street because I ran away. All right, no reason to use the bullets until we've got her in a second phase. I mean, look, sometimes when you're a newly turned Ekin and you wake up in a pile of corpses that are anticipating burn to save London from the Spanish flu, and you realize in the first moments of your newly found undead consciousness that you've eaten your sister, like, yeah, you run and you leave her to the old street rat. I don't think that's unreasonable, guys. Yes, pile of corpses.
You've killed me, brother.
She is right about me killing her. Like, I can't pretend that's not true. But there are some other things she's levied accusations against me that I refuse to acquiesce to. Alright. She should be going after her
Rest in peace, monster.
communion wafer in a second here. This guy was pretty nice to me. I know some of you weren't here yesterday when we were playing, but this priest kind of like, he saw us after the funeral and we were really distraught over what happened to Mary, and he offered a chance to take confession. And obviously, like, we can't go in a church anymore, what with being a vampire. So he like offered a chance to confess our sins. And then now pawning her game. Rude. He was a good dude, Mary.
Kiss me again, sweet. Give me your blood.
I can't wait to see what the Lady Vamp says when we ask what's up with Mary. Yeah, you're right. When we see Lady Ashbury, that's questionable because she was also at the funeral. If there was some weirdness afoot, you'd think she would have known. She's a much more seasoned Econ than we are. She's gonna have some splaining to do. Mary, stop. Mary. We've been over this, Mary. So she has healed. Oh. So we can bust out the pistol and start using that to chip damage. I would like to back out and heal first, though. I wish our dodge went further. I feel like that's part of the issue. She has that crazy dash. You know what I haven't tried is dashing into her when she does it. Oh, all right. Look at that.
Rest in peace, monster.
All right. All right. That blood damage was garbage. I will be filing a motion with the board. Okay. Okay. So we learned a couple things. The dodge towards her seems to be effective. I will never beat her, and everything is terrible, which are, I mean, all pretty good takeaways. I didn't switch to the gun there right after having said that that was something that we could work into the old repertoire, and I went the entire fight without putting up Blood Barrier. So, some room for improvement to be sure.
In the name of Christ! Abomination!
Alright. I've had enough. She's not getting out of this one. This is good. This is it. This is gonna be the one.
You left me to... What have you done?
So if I stay in the pocket on that, we can get 400 damage on her for one of those. But then that does leave me really vulnerable to try and escape. So we got our blood barrier up. Yeah, what up? Now let's tangle. Alright, there's some merit in that strat. We can't use it often though. I think it's probably better used as an emergency than it is as a way to get in tight for a parry. We should also use our ultimate when it's up. I hate how when we come out of that we no longer have lock on too. That's very frustrating. Come on, Mary.
You killed me, brother!
Get a cheeky little extra shot in there on her. Yeah, here we go. It's a confidence thing, Mary. Just like when we were younger and used to make fun of all my drawings. You've sapped me of my confidence. That and it's garbage that I can't just wail away on you and you decide. Like, you get to throw up this ridiculous blood field and I can't get stuns on you. I'm freaking overhand swinging cudgels into your neck. All right, leave the priest alone. We've talked about the priest.
Final thoughts are just to die for.
You left me.
So she let us throw a ton of damage on her there. I mean, half of it didn't count because she healed up. I gotta time that better so we don't use up all our stamina before she heals. Mary, are you okay?
Kiss me again, sweet brother.
All right. Can I reload?
You've killed me, brother!
I mean, I feel like that was worth it. We did take a big chunk out of it, and it was relatively risk-free, so I can't really say that that was foolish. Get out of there, Jonathan! Oh, she tried to hit me with the Boba Clubba. I have not really had enough of an issue with the combat until now that I've thought about using a controller, but I do feel like maybe a controller would have improved my chances here. I'm struggling a little bit, especially when we're out of lock-on. It's kind of hard to find the thread in a third-person perspective like that. You know what? Let's hit one of these. Mary girl, chill out. Oh, I don't know about that one. I also don't do a ton of damage with the riposte. So like I do need to also be doing other things. We drag a lot of this damage along because I'm sitting here so focused on hitting the reversals that I don't actually get in normal swings or blood damage. She doesn't leave me a lot of room, though.
I'll make you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton.
I don't know that that's true, Mary.
Come to me, Jonathan.
Get out of there, Jonathan! I ate some really bad damage there, which is super unfortunate. Oh, that's worse though. Chompa, 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 chompa.
Rest in peace, monster.
No, no, Mary. We talked. Oh, I almost got caught up on the thing. No, no, no. No, Mary. Yes! What up? I was always mother's favorite. How you like that?
Brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
Exactly.
You know I will not play this game.
I was trying to not play this game. I wanted to play it at an easier setting.
Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be
Well, now you're being
ridiculous.
very sweet and genuine. Changing a lot of the things that I said back there to sound cruel.
I'll
now.
kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
Oh!
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
But we already know this doesn't kill them.
At last, I can forgive you.
Oh, but she's not an Econ. She's got the weird eyes. Maybe? I don't know anymore. Oh, are you going to make me walk around holding her body? Don't do that. Oh, that's cruel. Heavy dramas. Where are we going? I know you're stronger than this, Jonathan. Oh, this is a really nice screenshot, though. Put her back in the ground. But, like, he's doing it in a sweet and tender way, though. Like, normally I would say that going to put her back in the ground with that gruff voice. But Jonathan's just, you know, he's sad. He's grieving. He had to mourn his sister several times. Achievement unlocked. Hail Mary. A few nights later. I'm glad we went and did some errands before we slept to level up before that then, because that means it would have been like a double night. I don't know what that would have done to the story.
Blood.
as I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister. I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reid. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
That was kind of cool. We got like a reintroduction with the kind of terrors of his turning kind of laid behind him at this point. Now he's kind of singularly focused. It feels like if you've ever watched a movie where they wait for the title splash until like a half hour in, that's kind of what that felt like. Lady Ashbury's invitation. Dear Dr. Reid, I hope this letter will quickly find you, for I need to speak to you as soon as possible. The situation is evolving very quickly in the West End, and I'm convinced we are all now in great danger. The Guard of Prywin has launched a great hunt in London, and for a few nights they have been actively searching and killing any Eacon they can locate. Lord Redgrave, chairman of the Ascalon Club, recently contacted me. He wishes to meet you immediately. Please come to my mansion any night that suits you. We must discuss all of this. With this letter, you will find an official pass that will allow you to go through any barricade or quarantine checkpoint throughout this city. Your friend, Lady Ashbury. That's wonderful news. A little bit more open city. So we have a rich blood sample. This is the one we got off of Mary. So traditionally when we've done this, we've gotten a new serum. We are getting welcome to the Vamp Club. I don't know, man. I feel like Jonathan is not really down with the Vamp Club. Like he's kind of accepted some of this, but he still very much is anti-vamp. So these blood serums just let us get blood points back. I really do need to just start buying, or not buying, making serums, right? Like it's been kind of obvious that I'm going into some of these fights handicapped, and we've not really had any big issues keeping people around the city alive at this point. So, all right, what do we got going on? We can go see Lady Ashbury. I know it said we have new dialogue with Dr. Swansea. I thought we had another new dialogue that was up over here. I hope we didn't miss something because I was eager to go continue. That would be a bummer. We can go talk to Swansea and see what's up with him. We're good on investigations here in Pembroke. I might, what time is it? 9:20. Let's go talk to Swansea. I don't think I'm going to go charge into another story mission here, especially after how intense the fight with Mary was. Maybe we'll do a couple investigations over in the docks area. We'll do some of those as a cooldown. Did not anticipate with how the combat has worked in this game thus far to run into a couple bosses that were big and heavy hitters like that. Right. Are these both locked, right? Yeah, because that's Tippett's cabinets. Yeah. Satisfying to get through it though. Like, you know, that same kind of sense of self-satisfaction of bashing your head against a challenge like that for a while and then suddenly coming out on the other side of it. I can definitely cop to that. Where am I going? Swansea's office is upstairs. Edgar? Are you not in your office? Oh, there you are.
Jonathan, old chap, how are you tonight?
He hits me with the old
I've
chap.
seen little of you of late.
I was conducting research in my room, away from the nightly routines.
Of course, of course. Worry not, I understand. The situation has been testy around here. I won't deny it, but we still stand.
What news do you bring?
The news is not good, my friend.
I still don't really
to keep the epidemic at
get
bay,
Edgar.
Street violence is escalating quickly.
Like, he wants to be a good doctor. He wants to cure the sicknesses that are, you know, just rampaging through the streets. But he's also super interested in vamps.
How bad is the epidemic?
It is killing the infected patients faster. in less than 2 days now. The only blessing is that they're contagious for a shorter period.
Tell me more about the violence.
Geoffrey McCallum seems to have sent his war dogs on a hunt. On a nightly basis, Priwen patrols exterminate every skull and vampire they find.
Have they come closer to the hospital?
No. They mainly focus on fallen districts or abandoned buildings. But they're growing in numbers. They must be recruiting heavily.
I agree, because it seems like every person in this entire city is a member of the Guard of
Have you any
Priwen.
reliable friends in the West End who might assist me?
Unfortunately, you will be alone. Except for our ravishing red-headed acquaintance, of course.
What about the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole? Where are they?
There are only a few of us, and most others would not speak to you. I am the black sheep of our brotherly flock, you know.
That would make sense. Edgar considers himself as a maverick amongst the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole. Maybe because you break bread with vampires?
What of my commission here at Pembroke Hospital?
Nothing to fear, Jonathan. Your position here is in no jeopardy. You remain one of us, and you are always most welcome.
All right, I appreciate that.
I have received an alarming letter from Lady Ashbury. She wants me to meet her at her house. I have been granted safe passage.
Then you are twice fortunate. I have never been invited to the lady's mansion, and with the quarantine and controls, city access is nigh impossible.
Is the quarantine serving any purpose?
It is helping slow the propagation of the epidemic. But as long as we have no clue to its origin, its efficiency is limited.
That makes sense.
Why have you never entered the lady's house? You are one of her good friends, are you not?
My dear Jonathan, you have no idea how reclusive the good lady normally is, nor in what great esteem she must hold you to let you into her domain.
I don't know if it's an esteem thing or if it is
we shall speak again later.
I can use you to my own ends thing, Edgar. Oh, snap. Look at how much experience we got. All right, that could help. Maybe we go rest again. Well, wait. Do we have any outstanding illnesses? We have the one. What's his face? Yeah, this guy, Mason Swanborough, who I cannot figure out where the hell in Whitechapel he's at. I don't think we'd have to level here to go do anything over at the docks, so let's not worry about that for now. Let's head over there. Hello, Mistress of the Night, how are you? Yep, yeah, so we're gonna head over to the docks. What level are you guys now? I gotta get closer to target you? 22. Yeah, so it looks like you were right about the just kind of like general city leveling as we progress through this story. So unfortunately we may wind up stuck in a position where we have to level even to go do side questy stuff. Check that out, little beast serpentine. He had no chance. This might yield us some opium too, though, which would be nice, because then we'd be able to back pocket another headache medicine. The level 2 headache medicine. Oh, sneaky. I know there's a, the chick who runs the Wet Boot Boys, she has one where she just wants us to go and kill, I think it's probably just skull hunting. She said that she had been paying guys to dig up corpses, and then part of the deal was they could keep some of... Whoa! That dude smoked me. With the comments about the flu and quarantine, we can be glad we don't have rampant vampirism going around. I agree, Juliefish. Like, I'm not exactly sure that I much prefer COVID-19. But truthfully, if I was to turn on the news and suddenly they were saying it also causes vampirism, would definitively lower my mood. All right. So I got a new strat for this chunk here. Check this out. what you do is just sprint through it and not care.
Oh, they're back. It ain't human. Kill it.
How do you know I'm not human? That's super rude, guys.
Die, vermin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fight that skull, son. I don't want to deal with you. And then, can you guys leave? Can I get through there to here? No, this is me going the wrong. Oh, no, I might be able to. I don't know if this gate is open now. Man, they're all just fighting in the streets. And then this goes through to the docks. Yeah, so we'll just run past homeboy.
Stupid fucking beast.
Hey, whoa. Watch your language.
See them fancy clothes? This one's
No.
off.
This is off the rack. You've got the wrong man. Let me in. Hey, booth. All right. So from here, we should be able to track a couple of these ghoul diggers. Edwina Cox, merchant and want-to-be crime lord of the East End docks, bluntly asked me if I would take advantage of my position in the medical profession to access a forbidden area of Southwark. She wants me to scold some grave diggers who have not sent their weekly share of trinkets and money they stole from the dead. I wonder if I should go back there and explain myself to those criminals that what they do is very, very wrong. So this is actually going to take us into Southwark, which I did not anticipate. Which we have not been over to in quite some time. That's where we started the game at. So I'm actually, that would be kind of intriguing to me. I wonder if there's anything afoot down there. Give it a quick look. Like I said, I don't want to bite into anything too big now that we've gotten through the Mary fight. 2 boss fights down tonight, which was kind of nice. We got to have blasted through. Was that like the entirety of the 3rd? Yeah, so that brought us into chapter 4. I didn't pay attention close enough when it gave me the new quest. I didn't realize it was a new chapter. Does this get me there? Maybe. Oh, what's up, dude? You're only level 14. I like that. More of those would be great. Can I take your stuff? Thanks. So I know when we came over from Southwark originally, we crawled through like the inner workings of the bridge, like the support section of the bridge. But I don't know how to get back down there. Not in here. This just eventually leads me back over to the docks, I believe. Alright. Oh, wow, there's a lot of you over here. Completely out of stam. Oh, we pull another one? Oh, I missed with it. Alright. Biting will give us some stamina again as well, which will be nice in rounding up the last of these guys. God, that attack every freaking time. The sound effects for the skull are so freaking creepy. They did such a good job in just making them sound utterly foreign. Hey, bud. Where are you going? I thought we were having fun. Alright. A lot more fun when you guys don't have 6 levels on me and I can just go to town. So I'm convinced I don't know how to get there. This goes back to the docks, so I don't want to go here. but I can't go this way because this is the bridge. Man, it's such a freaking labyrinth. So if I go behind, this is a left-hand turn to head over there. Take this to the end. And then if I hang a hard right here, can I get in? Is that what it is? That's the Limehouse dock. This is the area I was just at when I went down and fought the thing. Yeah, so this is not it. We need to get up into this building that's right above me, kind of looming over me. So maybe it is over here. Yeah. Okay. The Southwark Bridge. Yeah, because when we first came down over the Southwark Bridge originally as part of the tutorial, it spit us out into the docks and we basically from there stumbled right into the turquoise turtle. All right. So when we get to the end of this and go down, we'll be in Southwark, which does not count as its own district. At least it hasn't previously. There was no like social structure for it or anything like that. So maybe it's just being used as fodder for this new side quest. So they're down and all the way over. Hopefully we're going to be able to get a teleport to get over there so we don't have to run all the way back. There actually, it makes sense because we're going to talk to people who have been stealing from the dead from the epidemic. So we're basically going back to the original burn pit where we woke up. Which is cool. Maybe this is actually like a an excuse for us to go back to where we were from for something else story-wise. Stop with that. It's so bright, dude. Turn that down. Oh, you almost juiced me with that one. Oh my god. Man, just about ended my life. Alright, let's see here. Oh, yeah. We came through here. This is where when we first fled, we learned about our teleport. It's so weird that they let all the mats and stuff respawn. I guess that's maybe another indication that I've been a little bit too stingy with like the serums and stuff, is if we're just going to be able to find that stuff respawning every time we backtrack or go to an area over again, like I can still have enough materials to make the stuff I need later. Oh, so this isn't... It's dry docked.
This place.
Cool, so we can cut right across.
Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary.
It's good to know that we're still concerned about Mary. Warning note. Hello, boys. About our last message concerning your mission to loot corpses in Southwark, I'll only say it once. Deal with it. And be glad I don't report your protest to Edwina. She might go there herself to cut your balls off. Little Bird also told me that you made a few jokes about what I saw by the pier. So now I'm just a loony scared by his own shadow, or a nutcase who mumbles and trembles like an old woman about ghost stories. Good. I like it when my boys are happy. Be assured that nutcase will come to piss on your bloody carcasses after the fucking monster I saw has sucked your brains out. Enjoy the following nights, fellows. I heard they'll be foggy and rainy. Booth. Man, Booth is just...
my watch. Damn grave robbers.
Oh, we found our watch. We did it. What did we just learn about Booth? Probably nothing new, because he's just a scumbag. He believes in supernatural creatures and events. And then let's take a look at Jonathan's watch. Jonathan's watch, an elegant pocket watch that was stolen from Jonathan before his body was thrown in a mass grave. So those are indeed the guys that were looting us in the intro sequence when we got thrown in. That's fun. And then now do I what? I just have to choose what to tell to Edwina Cox, report the death of the gravediggers, or hide the truth. I don't really understand what I would benefit in either direction, but... So I really ran all the way over here just to go and pickpocket 2 pickpockets.
Step back, sir.
I agree. I will step back. I'll step back all the way to the docks. I mean, at the very least, it's another investigation knocked off the list, so I can't be frustrated by that. It's nice to see our trench coat finally started behaving the way it's supposed to again. So I'm inclined to go report this to Edwina. I don't really see what advantage we would have in not telling her the truth, unless maybe that means that she'll go investigate herself and we can get her killed. But I don't really want her dead. Like, if we're gonna kill people, I'd rather eat them than just let them die because they're stupid. We were on the map, so naturally there's another errant map marker. That drives me bonkers. Alright. So Edwina is right up and around the corner. Yeah, she's like right over here normally. Yeah. Alright.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reid. What do you want?
How are you feeling?
Can I offer you my medical help, Miss Cox?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, I could have asked her about the shelter too, huh? Ooh, let's ask her about Booth's belief in monsters.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something, then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
Man, Edwina goes so hard. Doesn't trust his leadership just because he's superstitious. Huh?
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reid. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
They are dead.
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody
Oh,
should
good.
avoid
So that means maybe I
until
saved some of
further
her
Okay, then,
goons
Doctor.
from being reassigned
It
there.
looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot Boys thank you for your help.
We did it.
Can I see
You
what
still
you
don't have
As long
anything I
as you
really
have-
want, do you? Rivets. A simple metal rivet that can be used in ranged weapons mechanism. Cool. So apparently we're going to find some badass new weapon that can shoot rivets like that. Good handle part. Part of a weapon that can be used. I'll take those. We're just sitting on all this money anyway, so. And then what else have we got for investigations? Is there another quick one we can knock out? Oh, we can either burn the posters or stick 5 posters in the streets of the East End docks. I mean, I don't know that I would want to burn them. I feel like even if, you know, obviously I don't think Ichabod is a legitimate vampire hunter, but I feel like if he's constantly telling people like, hey, idiots, there's vampires afoot, like if for nothing more than like a public awareness campaign, like I'd like people to not get eaten by vampires. So I'll put some posters up, that's fine. Sure, we'll wind up in a tussle over here too. I think this is, yeah. I'm gonna say, I know there's skulls over here. What? They're so much better with their teleport than I am. Come on, bud. Come on. The glowy eyes are cool. He wants me to put 5 of these things up? Come on, dude. Ichabod's poster. Danger is closer than you think. They are already here. We read that earlier.
No admittance.
You're right. I'm sorry. What was I thinking?
Oi! You listening? Stupid beast!
Oh, don't dodge into him. Come on, Jonathan. I was locked on like a dummy. Yeah, you're gonna lock me out because I'm in combat. So the increasing levels as we navigate the city, I guess, is yet another reason to make sure we're doing stuff as much as we can before we sleep and level up or continue story missions. I think we're gonna sleep and level up here just as a kind of chance to get another batch of skills in, get our level a little closer to what the world seems to be leveled at right now. I still do think we're going to keep a little bit in reserve, but after our level here, we should at least be in a position where we can fight back on some of these goons. You didn't drop me off near my hideout, so I think we're going to backtrack and hit the hideout. Where's the hideout? Yeah, it's the one up here. This is the one that I keep trying to go to in Whitechapel. There's like a spot in Whitechapel that I'm always like, yeah, it's just up on the balcony. We do have enough opium to make that now. Cool. So we will pocket one of those. And then as far as leveling goes, oh, I'm of a mind to keep boosting. You know what? Blood capacity, I think, is probably a good call here. Because having some more blood on hand would mean that when we feed, we're not losing some just because we hit the top. Bite damage. Bite damage isn't a terrible idea. We also have the one where we can get a little bit of a heal off of a bite. We do bite constantly. Like, that's a big part of our combat strategy. So if it's gonna hurt people, we might as well have it hurt them more and heal us more. We got about 1,200 to play with if we're still gonna plan on keeping some in reserve. So there's this Shadow Veil. 5 stamina used per second while walking, 2.5 stamina used when standing still. This is a straight up invisibility, I believe. Since we don't use that lunge very often, let's put Shadow Veil on, because that might help us when we're just like walking the streets and investigating. More bullets, more syringes, blood spear. So 700 more, huh? Shadow Mist is going to be expensive. You know what? I think I'm going to buy the extra health here. Yeah, and so this will put us a little under 1,000. But the extra health I feel like is going to be... Really want to cancel? No, I want to confirm. So level 17 now. Getting closer. Starting to really look attractive to do things like eat clay cocks. Oh no. Oh my god, what happened? Man, Pembroke got a serious bunch of fatigues, so we're gonna have to cook up a whole bunch of fatigues. And then it looks like we got more going on here. So oh man, Whitechapel's dropped back down into Sirius. Mason Swamborough's got a level 2 of something, so we're gonna have to find him at some point here and figure all that out. And then luckily it looks like it's mostly more level 1s over in Whitechapel. West End, we still don't know anything. See, it's Clay's fault. Yeah, it is Clay's fault. Clay, come on, man, what you doing? But that at least gives us something to go do. We can go around and get some curatives kind of dispersed. I do think that this is as good a point as any to call it. So we accomplished quite a bit tonight. Like, despite the fact, I don't know that it was 2 sicknesses at once afterlife. It could have been just a level 2 sickness. But we did accomplish quite a bit tonight. We found a couple more citizens that we hadn't seen previously. Like, we met the guy that was down in the sewers. We solved the mystery of what's going on with Sean Hampton. We wound up being in a situation where we've kind of decided that he's worth keeping around. Killed a couple bosses, got those out of the way, put our poor sister to rest permanently. Definitely this was the first time, though, that we've seen a significant kind of gap between what we've got going on character level wise and the levels of the world around us. So, you know, I had kind of gone into this with the hopes of it being a completely pacifist run. Look, I'm all for that. If we can make that work, we'll make that work, but I'm not going to force it. Like, if we're getting absolutely trounced, you know, I'm sure some people in the chat will be very happy to hear that maybe Clayton Cox accidentally goes missing. I don't know. He didn't seem like he really wanted to be at the Pembroke anyway. Who's to say he didn't just leave of his own volition? So maybe we'll have to explore the concept of eating some people. Either way, still really having a ton of fun with this. We're going to keep on playing this into next week. I might move some stuff around and maybe do like half and half nights, because there are, like I've said before, there's a couple fun Halloween-y kind of themed things that are kind of quick hits that I would love to get out of the way before we're out of spoopy season. We'll see. If we wind up still rocking Vampire, that's not going to hurt my feelings anyway. But at any rate, thanks for coming by and hanging out. Couple new followers tonight. Xnot, Gaming with Balls. Thank you guys. Those of you that joined from the VODs, Goldfish, Vivi, Zelly, Stealth. Appreciate you guys as well. Thanks for coming by. And we'll be back at it Tuesday. I think Tuesday 9 o'clock is the next one. So until then, be kind to each other, but be merciless to your backlogs. Thanks, guys.